your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own. Baby, you can count on me now. When you're falling down, 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 I will find the light in your soul, I'll be there. Leaving you alone is the hardest, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see it clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own. Wow. Yeah, yeah. On your own.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I own, put you on this golden throne, but I'm a little stronger now. You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out, 'cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now, a little stronger now. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now.
Well, hello there, folks. Welcome, one and all. Hope you got your trench coats and umbrellas out. I'm joined in the booth for this first night of qualifying. First with the Rainmaster himself, Shaggy Dude. Then we got also in the booth, joining us once again is Jersey. And
howdy, y'all.
And our guest for tonight is a member of Sector 7 Racing, is Hovercraft. So,
think he's here.
yeah, I was like, but yeah, he's our guest for this evening. But yeah, I know not a lot of people like the rain, but I've always enjoyed the challenge of the rain. So I was like, I don't mind it, but yeah, I know a lot of people who are like, ugh, rain. So
I don't mind it for about 2 or 3 laps, but knowing Shaggy, it's going to be a torrential downpour for half of the race. And just when you think it's going to dry up, a little bit more is going to come back again.
Though to be fair,
the good news is
you go ahead.
The race is actually pretty dry. Except for the beginning and the end, it's pretty dry. Like
just where everybody loves the rain, right in the beginning.
Yeah, though to be fair, in real life, I know a lot of people are like, ugh, rain. I was like, why can't it be sunshine? I was like, okay, if you moan whenever it rains, however little it may be. I was like, don't complain when we're in a drought. And then Clockwork, they complained about, we're in a drought. We need rain. I was like, nah, I want you to keep that same energy. You didn't want rain when we were getting it. But yeah.
Where is Le Mans? Where is Le Mans racetrack in the world?
France.
In France. So it's pouring in France. Could you imagine how cold it must be in real life out on this racetrack right now?
Let's see. I was like, oh.
Generally not too warm in France.
I'm back.
There you are. Yeah, where that was Hovercraft for anyone who didn't know who that was. Johnny, if you're asking who asked where Le Mans located, that was Jersey that asked that question. But yeah,
I don't know. I just know it's a racetrack. I don't know where they are. Forgive me.
But yeah, may have to adjust the volume levels for during qualifying, because it's like, how loud do I have it? Because depending on the view we're in, it's like you may just hear all of the rain or none of the rain.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Hovercraft's from Sector 7 Racing, and so he's our guest commentator for this evening. So there's anyone you're not sure, like, hey, who's that, then feel free to ask. We'll be more than happy to clarify who's who.
All right, thank you.
No problem. I guess since we're Shaggy's going to wait to see if any more join in. First of all, welcome. And how long have you been with Sector 7 hovercraft?
I am technically the longest serving member of Sector 7. I started before we even were Sector 7. We had two other names for the team. We started off as USGT back in Gran Turismo Sport, and then eventually we rebranded to Sector 7 without the racing, and now we're Sector 7 Racing. So at least I want to say probably around 3 years, maybe a little bit less, but around then.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, yeah, because it's like nowadays you hear like any old group of people start up a new team, so it's like some of us like didn't even know who I think it was NVR was for this season, and it was like never heard of them before, and then I was like, okay. So yeah, I was like, yeah, because most of these they're either community ran or the really serious ones tend to be esports, so it's like, yeah, I know there's like those, and then so it's always good to learn about different teams. But yeah, because most of the time you only ever hear about the really serious ones, say like VQS. Obviously, everyone knows Team Redline. But yeah, it's like unless they're like one of the big boy teams, it's like I find most people don't really know most of the smaller teams.
No, I agree. I mean, you're absolutely right there. I mean, on the Gran Turismo side, there's obviously, humongous teams like RA, Race Asylum. But, it's very important to obviously know the smaller teams as well. Gran Turismo very much thrives off the grassroots kind of community, the grassroots kind of leagues and series. And, as much as there are big teams with big names, everyone came from somewhere. So, the smaller teams obviously play a huge part in the whole Gran Turismo community. And, without them, without us, there ultimately wouldn't be a scene for the larger teams, right? So, yeah, no, absolutely, you're right. It's very important to learn about the smaller teams, learn about the grassroots, learn about where everyone came from, and we obviously want to keep developing, and hopefully one day we get a little bit more of a show light onto leagues like this. But at the end of the day, we can't forget that this is all for fun. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's generally how I go about racing on Gran Turismo, because it's like for the manufacturer cup, I picked Citroen, and I'm like, unless I drive out of my mind, the final round was probably not going to go so well for me at Watkins Glen. I'm like, do I struggle and probably get low-key kind of depressed, or do I just chill out with something that I enjoy? And as a lot of people know, I love Power Wash Simulator, so I was like, you know what? Instead of stressing over nothing, really, because I don't really try to make the live events. I mean, I'm not slow, but I'm not like good like that. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stress myself out unnecessarily.
Yeah, there's kind of no point. I mean, we all do this kind of, none of us are really professionals per se, and we're all doing this for fun. There's no real money involved. It's just a bunch of people getting together, having a good time, and letting everybody watch if they want to.
All right, so looks like we got our first session, but yeah, that's generally how I came up with my name, Mr. Casual. It's a reflection of how I like the game. I'm like, sure, I have my try-hard moments. Case in point, last week when I actually made it into top split. But besides that, I'm like, I'm not going to stress myself out unnecessarily.
Yeah, I find whenever I get into top split, I gotta get a little sweaty myself.
Yeah, I was just happy to finally make it into a top split at least once. I kind of treat it like A plus DR. It's like, if I make it, fine, I'm happy. But I'm not like, oh, I can't race online ever again. I'm like, no.
You retire now.
I was like,
After,
if I lose it, then
speed
I was like, oh well. It's just a ranking. I was like, I did it once in GT Sport, and I was like, and I've done it at least once in this game, so that's good enough for me.
If I've learned anything, is that DR in GT7 is it's a lot of like fabricated skill. If you know what I mean, like it doesn't mean that you're really that good. It just means that you could have had a really good daily that you enjoyed, you know, and kind of just DR farmed.
It's more or less faking it till you
Not
make it.
really hard. It's hard as you think it is.
But
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Like last week, race C, I was crushing every race, and my DR was taking off too far for me to. I didn't want it to go any higher because then it becomes unenjoyable. Just can't seem to pass anybody, and you know, you know what? This is about my limit. I'll just stop here.
That's where I'm at currently. My DR's in a competitive place where it's not too competitive, where I'm just going to be bottom third of the field, but it's like competitive enough that I'll probably be maybe at worst midfield, and maybe at best I might win. So it's like in a good place right now. I'm not in the sweaty lobbies.
Well, my strategy is the same everywhere, as Papa likes to say. I like to sandbag my DR a little bit, so it makes the racing more fun.
After last week, I seen Arrows giving you a run for the title of Mr. Sandbag, because he went from last week went from not qualifying to actually winning. I was like, what? I was like, oh, he's giving Jersey a run for his money.
Gold. That was well executed.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I'm like, we're getting on Jersey for sandbagging, and then you see Arrow, who doesn't qualify and gets into the race, and actually, thought, oh, what the heck, dude?
Yeah, this past week was definitely not my week. Not my favorite track. Wasn't feeling good at all. I was running 102-degree fever trying to race. And I picked a bad strategy, and I was just like, you know what, let me just finish and get the points. I was just trying to get out of his way at that point.
Yeah, and then with how top split was, I was honestly expecting to finish around 10th or so. Maybe more, maybe less, depending on if anyone makes any mistakes or not. And so I was like, okay, not unpleased with 10th place. I was just happy to not be last. But
I finished dead last split.
Yeah, I was like,
well, you made it.
Yeah.
So hey.
I was like, hey, I made it. I was like, yeah, I don't care where I finished, but I made it.
It's definitely a frustrating thing though when you're in those upper lobbies and you know all the guys are, you know, the ones that are going to be faster than you, especially after you do the round qualifying, and it's like, man, I'm never going to touch those times. How do I want to you got to think of your strategy on the fly. Like, can I undercut it by a lap and maybe catch up 3-4 seconds? Can I save a little bit of gas and maybe catch up a second or two? And then the race starts, and she throws in 19-mile-an-hour headwinds, and the whole strategy goes right out the window.
I did that one team in an NRL race for like Division A or whatever, and Wid was in it, of course. I didn't have the speed. I was probably mid-pack at best, right? But it was like mediums and softs, you know, could be used. So I picked a better tire to start, and I went from like 5th or 6th to 1st and passed Wid because I had the better tire, but it kind of annoyed him a little bit, I'm sure. I still ended up finishing like 6th, but I think I actually finished better than, you know, I thought I was going to finish, and it was kind of fun. because the commentator's like, oh, hey, look what he's doing.
Yeah.
Out front and everything. And I had the better tires. He wasn't gonna fight that.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. I was like, I wanted the screen time. That's all.
By the way,
Now, you guys,
both our runners are in the 4 GT.
Yep,
I'm actually
4 GT. We're finally starting a hot lap.
Yeah, it was like,
let's explain some of the settings that are being used right now. Some of the conditions that are currently out on the track.
yeah. You want to get this, Jackie? Since you're the one that came up with them.
Yeah, it is RO8, torrential downpours. Though I don't really see it raining so much. It actually, I'm kind of disappointed. It doesn't look worse. I mean, the brochure said, monsoon, flooding, torrential, wind. Obviously, there's no winds. I cut the wind off. Doesn't make any sense. I know, but it is raining, so I don't understand how that works. But yeah, it's very saturated without saying the other word that also means wet.
Oh yeah, I know what you're referring to. I've never really cared all that much. I was like, it only matters as much as long as you care about it. But I was like, I understand why people will be like, ugh.
Doesn't look like Talon or J-Dog are running any kind of assist, because out of the corners I do see them getting pretty square.
So Talon, he has CORSAIR and TC.
And
I can see the camera.
Yeah.
and J-Dog was B.
Yeah, J-Dog, I didn't see any when I was on board with him for a little bit. I didn't see any assists on his side, but yeah. But yeah, I don't know if Talon's running ASM at all or not. But yeah, every now and then I see CORSAIR.
I tried that. I didn't like it. It felt like it was pushing back. I would make a turn, and then it would basically be like a little hidden force telling me, "You sure about that?" No, we're gonna change it up. I'm like, no, I don't like that. Like, it's like somebody, literally, Jesus, take the wheel. I'm like, stop. I got it. It's fine.
Yeah, I was going to mention it to you next time I spoke to you, Shaggy, but I've seen a fair amount of people complaining about the track limits now at Yas Marina. I was like, that's hilarious. Yeah. That people are
I made it fun. PD made it mean.
I thought that was ironic, all the people complaining.
I went to try this daily race and tried to run the same ones, and nope, penalty.
Oh, yeah. No. You got to be on the racing line and only the racing line. And if you think about anything other than the racing line, straight to jail.
Yeah, from my understanding, if you're on the power when you're rejoining the track, then it'll give you a pin. But if you're off the throttle when you rejoin, then it won't give you a pin.
It's weird.
Huh.
They also changed Daytona. I didn't care for that either.
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What is it with these red laps now? Like, you're not getting a penalty, but it's invalidating a lap.
So if you switch back and forth, it should fix itself. Talon sets a 424 as our provisional time, and J-Dog's 422.9. That's pretty good.
Yeah, J-Dog, very good lap for 22.
Yeah, I know 423 was about the best I could pull, and I've only done it maybe twice.
Yeah, I think I have a high, was it 23 or 22? One of them. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I still got some work to do, but since I'm off tomorrow, I got more than enough time to do some practice, as Talon's up by a 10. But welcome, Gypser. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, J-Dog's up a little over 3.5, but looks like a little lost it there a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like the fuel, coming down on like your fuel load now, yeah, it's going to make the car lighter, be a slight bit faster, but it's also going to lighten the car up. So when you come around these corners, touching areas of track where you're not supposed to, it's going to want to break free a little bit easier.
Yeah, I don't say too much. I do have an idea on something I'll do whenever I qualify tomorrow night. I have an idea on how to combat that.
You know, on that off chat.
Have you been able to do any practice at all, hovercraft?
Funnily enough, not this week because there's some things in my personal life. I recently moved past month, so
oh wow, yeah,
I'm getting a lot of things situated and stuff like that. But a lot of my S7R members, of course, are doing their due diligence and practicing and strategizing, figuring out what can be done during the qualifying and the race. And yeah, I think we can expect to see it quite a few times in the 22s. Maybe some people will be able to sneak into the 21s, especially on the on the higher end top split. But unfortunately on my end I haven't. But Le Mans is one of those tracks that I've enjoyed quite a lot over the years, especially when it first came out in GT Sport, and then obviously it went over to GT7, at least in the modern era, of course.
But yeah,
it's very much a track.
I couldn't tell you why I enjoy Le Mans as much as I do, but it's something I found myself enjoying.
Absolutely. No, it's one of those tracks that's it's simplistic in nature, but it's definitely a track of attrition, right? It's something that there's quite a lot of straights, quite a lot of downtime, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
But that makes all the corners just that more valuable, right? It makes it much more important to be able to nail every corner continuously.
But yeah, even and we got the chicane layout, so it's like it helps it, I guess, keep your attention for a little bit on the massive straight. But yeah, it's definitely something that gives you a bit of a reprieve on the straights, because there's some tracks where you can't take your focus off at all.
Absolutely, and depending on the driver, right? I feel like that can work. Something like Le Mans can work in your nature, or sometimes it doesn't. Just really kind of depends on what your mental state is going into the race. For example, Nürburgring is very much, or the Nordschleife specifically, very much the opposite in that sense, where once you get off the back straight, it's basically it's go time, right? You're just constantly hitting corner after corner after corner after corner. And to some drivers, it's a lot better, right? Some drivers prefer to be constantly, working the car, right? Not letting up, not having a break. While some drivers much prefer Le Mans profile, where they get to take a little bit of a mental break between the corners, right? And I would say on my end, I very much prefer the Le Mans profile or the Le Mans nature, especially when it comes to higher competitions and very much higher fields. It can be very much mentally taxing having to deal with, worrying about your strategy, worrying about your tire management, worrying about your fuel consumption, and having these long straights just give you that, few extra seconds to let your head cool down. As we say that J-Dog had to save the car going onto the Mulsanne straight, but, nice save by him. But yeah, I mean, there's different drivers, and it just really depends on how you feel about the track and how it works for you, right?
Yeah, because like you were saying, Nürburgring can be stressful at the best of times, let alone if you add weather to the mix.
Absolutely, and these drivers obviously have to worry about that during practice. I wouldn't be surprised if Talon and J-Dog over here, have done quite a few laps in the rain. it's a very much different kind of driving experience, especially in a pre-qualifying nature, right? You obviously want to get every millisecond off the board that you can. So these guys are really, half of these laps that they're doing is part, obviously, hot lap, but also, recon laps, right? Is the track a little bit drier or a little bit wetter here and there? Can I go on this curb? Can I go out this wide? Or will there be standing water that screws me over, right? And, wet driving is so much of a dynamic kind of feel, and, you really have to, it very much comes down to experience. If you have the extra laps, if you have the experience in wet driving, you can definitely be on the pickup a lot faster, but at the same time, you never know if that, one straight is a little bit wetter. You never know if that one curb is a little bit drier, and you can take, as we say, that J-Dog almost goes wide. Yeah. You never know if that, he gets a penalty.
Yeah.
So
that ends this session.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of these drivers are gonna, have to take that on. I think in this kind of nature, watching the broadcast before you take your turn is so much more valuable, right? Being able to see other drivers' runs, being able to see their lines, being able to monitor the wet meter before you even go out on into the lobby and doing your own runs. That is such valuable information for anyone that's trying to get into the top split. Knowledge is key when it comes to the wet, and any tool that any driver can get, they're obviously going to take and abuse.
Indeed. Exactly. Yeah, I think the race will be pretty hectic, because I was looking over the actual race settings, since obviously split qualifying is just going to be wet like this, and I've seen it's going to be starting out wet, and then it's going to have a dryish period, and then it gets wet again. I was like, ooh, that's going to be challenging.
I think it's really going to separate guys who are just pure pace when it's dry, because that's what they're used to, and then you've got some guys who just, they can adapt to any conditions. So this is really a race like this, especially qualifying in the wet, is really going to separate your mid drivers from your higher drivers more the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I did a fair amount of testing in the Ford, and I was like, I think in the dry, it seems to me like the Ford gets up to speed quicker. It felt like.
Yes.
So with that being said, our provisional pole sitter is BHR's own J-Dog, the 22919. And then,
definitely a good time.
Yeah. And then just a second behind, we got Talon, the 23.920. So yeah, I was like, yeah, because I think the first cars I was testing with were like the alternative Ford, like the test car. I was wondering about that. So I tried
Which
those
car?
out, like the like these two. I tried out the LM Spec 2 test car and the LM race car Spec 2. They get off the line if it's a standing start. I don't remember if the race is a standing start or not. But I did see they get off the line quicker than the Ford GT, but they don't have
it's like, a grid.
Yeah. Okay. But they don't have the best top end. It's like literally it's when.
I was just going to say this track is definitely more of a top end, because you can have all the pull off the bottom end you want, but with these long straights, if you don't have that top end, you're just going to, the slower up the line are just going to pull past you and just keep walking away, especially if more than 1, 2, 3 get together. you're talking about 1 seconds a lap. They're just going to keep pulling on you.
Oh, I've got a strategy for that. I'm not going to be using the top end car, so I've made arrangements for that to not be a problem.
Oh no!
But yeah,
No, because play a lot of strategy for here.
You always got to make things.
Oh yeah. So everybody using the 4GT is going to be at a disadvantage because they're going to be burning more fuel.
Yeah.
You'll have the top end, but at the same time on the straights, you could probably drop down to save fuel. You can drop it meter down, 2 to save a little bit on the straight because you're already getting that top end as you would with any other car. It's just that's a place you can do it if you're behind somebody that is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was testing out when I was in a lobby earlier before our qualifying got underway. I was testing out, seeing after, even though it was just an outlap, what the lap fuel difference was between the 4GT and the 296. I thought, ooh, because they were both at like 90%, but I seen like what the difference was. I'm like, ah. But yeah, in a bit of a low at the moment. Let's see. I guess.
So, Craft, how are you enjoying racing against other leagues right now?
Sorry?
I said, how are you enjoying it, being an S7, racing against other leagues, especially against like us PHG drivers right now?
I mean, it's been overall pretty fun. I mean, we are very much more of a, maybe not smaller team is the right word for it, but very much more of a club than one of the competitive teams, right? As much as we value, obviously fast drivers, what we value most in a team member is obviously, them being respectful, them being kind, them being, overall a good person. But, when we do get serious for our leagues, for example, PHG, some of us also compete in NRL, and then we have our IRO teams. We very much come towards it as a full team effort, right? Whoever does participate in it, they try to, organize everyone else that's participating in it into the same practice sessions. We take pride in that. We practice as a group, we strategize as a group, we share our information as a group, and with that, we've gotten some pretty good results. But at the end of the day, you come into league racing, something like this, for the reason of an organized structure, right? An organized race, and overall, it's been very fun competing in these other leagues.
Well, good. We're glad you're having a good time because we're definitely this season, I should say, we are having a much better time seeing some guys from other clubs that can keep up with some of our top drivers on our teams that we just can't keep up with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I will say we obviously have Wid. He's been technically he's kind of a recent team member, but he's been hanging out with us since the GT Sport team, or since the GT Sport days. It's only recently that he finally decided to put a ring on it and become a fully fledged S7R member. But regardless, right? Regardless of our team members and whatever level that they're at, we always just try to have fun with the races, right? Of course, it's fun to compete against Jorge, against the Wids, against the Shreds, against the Riders, all those guys. But at the end of the day, we very much also just want to have fun, right? We want to go out, we want to race. You know, we will have our good races, you know, we'll have our podiums, we'll have our wins, we'll have our top fives, but at the same time, we'll also have our bad days, you know. And as much as, you know, we could get a disappointing result, at the end of the day, it's very much you keep your head down and you try your hardest for the next round, right? You gotta take the good with the good, the bad with the bad.
Yeah, I try not to let myself get down, but it's like, if you're having a round coming up that you know you can do good at and it doesn't go your way, you just can't help it. I was like, no. I'm not going to get too depressed, but it's like, oh man.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, like I said, there's going to be bad days, right? There's going to be bad races, no matter what you do, right? You could be literally the fastest man in the world on a specific car and track combo, but, you know, one DC or, you know, an overtaking mistake, right, could ruin the entire plan. But at the end of the day, you have to remember that you can't ever change the past results, but you can always try to improve yourself and give yourself a better chance for the next result, right?
Yeah, I was like, because sometimes there's some rounds where I'm like, I know this isn't going to go well, but I'll at least give it a try. And for me in this past menu season, it was, what? I think that one's called, I always get Deep Forest and Trial Mountain mixed up. For the life of me, I always get those two mixed up. That one, I tried that particular round, and I was like, I know it's not going to go well, and sure enough, it was, for lack of a better word, crapshoot. Everyone like ping-ponging into each other because it's such a narrow track for most of that lap. And I was like, yep, this is about what I expected.
Yeah, I mean, especially with, you know, cars or track that you're not used to, or the weather or anything like that. It can be very difficult, and it can be very endearing, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
You know, as much as it can suck, it can also be fun, though, at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, going into the unknown, going into the unexplored, you never know. You may find yourself to actually be a very competent driver in certain conditions that you never imagined before.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, easy there, T-Rex. Like, yeah, for that particular round, I was like, okay, it went how I expected. I can keep struggling the rest of the night or just cut my losses. And so I decided to cut my losses. I'm like, yeah, there was some colorful language used in the in-game chat as well. I'm like, no, I don't think I need to be a part of this.
Well, as we see T-Rex lining up with his, I believe that's the 458, right? That's not the 296, yes. That's the 458.
Yeah, the 458. That was the, like, literally only racing Ferrari for the longest time until the 296.
Yep, released last month.
When I put this combo together originally, the 296 hadn't even been announced yet. But all it took was Max Verstappen driving it around NERP for a little while. And then they were like, okay.
Yeah, like, never mind the gens that they ended up skipping. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, here you go. Have the 296. I'm like, well, you're too kind.
Yeah, the new Porsche's got a number of reasons why it's in the game. Because it's had some iconic liveries, you know, in real life that have basically made it a staple in GT3 for the last, you know, couple years. So they're like, yeah, we got to get in on that money.
And you know,
it's great to see.
I was just going to say, I think Porsche really needed another car in the game too, because I think everybody was kind of getting tired of 911.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them are outdated. It's understandable. I just hope they get the new Aston Martin because, yeah, they're so outdated. They've never been meta unless it was a fuel race. And then it was like, well, it's an obvious choice. It's the slowest car, but also it saves twice as good as any other car.
But yeah, I've always,
so small.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't even realize that the RSR isn't even a real car. It's sure based off of a real Porsche race car, but it's not a legitimate actual race car. It's a VGT type of car.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah, the Group 4 is based on more of a real car than the Group 3.
But yeah,
the Caymans are pretty cool.
Fun fact, Jersey, I tell this to people every now and then so that they don't get annoyed with me saying it. But if you ever wonder if car is an actual race car, if it doesn't have a year number attached to its name, it's not a real race car.
Oh, so you mean you don't have a GT3 Beetle? It's a Porsche. It's a Porsche.
Yeah. But yeah.
Porsche.
Because I learned that from Super GT. Because he did like a basically a random fact video about a GT7, and that was one of the things he explained. It's like, if it doesn't have a year number in its name, then it's not an actual legitimate car. I was like, huh.
See, now you're gonna go make me look at the. Now you're gonna make me go look at the GT3 cars and go figure out which one's an actual real car and which one isn't.
Fortunately,
a lot of them are not.
Fortunately, some of them save you the trouble. They'll say VGT. I was like, okay, I already know. But yeah, it's like, that was something I never knew. I was like, huh, I never knew that, Steve. Thank you.
Ooh, T-Rex goes a bit wide there, going into the gravel, but able to save it. He may still be able to make something of this lap.
Yeah, going every which way.
All right, he's still on it. He's still on his first hop up here. He's got a little time.
Yeah, slithering like a snake as opposed to a T-Rex.
Moving more like the tail of a T-Rex than the arms.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad I didn't make this the no chicane layout. Otherwise, the 4GT would be too OP.
Yeah, like, literally would just run away with it. You would literally need to make it either ban the 4GT
nothing
or
else.
The only other thing that could possibly keep up with it would be the Supra.
Peugeot VGT.
The Peugeot VGT.
The Audi Evo is now very fast. The Dodge Viper in a straight line as well.
Mm.
Yes, the Dodge Viper would be very good at this track. Actually, in IRL, we had the first round last this past weekend. And a lot of the top teams chose, as I say that, he got a 426.2.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for the first round of IRO at Daytona, a lot of teams chose the Viper. Because despite it being kind of bad at other tracks on the schedule, since it's the first race and you're allowed to do one free car swap, a lot of these teams were thinking of changing out the car, like absolutely sacrificing their one free car swap just because of how dominant it was at Daytona.
Good. Well, if they give you a free swap, then it would make sense then, yeah. Because I've learned to get annoyed with someone in the Viper because dagnabbit, it's like you can be in a something that has decent acceleration, but it's not Viper acceleration. It's like, God.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very underrated top speed monster, but you know it does have its drawbacks in other categories.
Yeah, it's like that's probably why it'll never.
Turning.
That's probably why it'll never have good tire wear, because it's like, okay, that's probably in like the same reasoning why PD never gives the 650 any acceleration, because they know it would be like OP.
I used to love the Beetle early on in GT7 because it had OP acceleration in the beginning, that is. Then they nerfed it, and also it was meta for like one race because you could put it on the curbs and just kind of ride it around like a monorail.
Yeah, I know we still see Papa rocking it every now and then.
Papa
loves Beetle.
Since it's all German manufacturers, I'm going to be in a Porsche Beetle.
Porsche Beetle.
I mean, it's the same company.
This is true. But you know, I look at it from a in real life job being a technician for the past 28, 30 years now. I can tell you, I would never own one just based off of having to work on it.
Nah.
Oh yeah.
No.
Same thing with BMW. Now
Yep. Same thing. Same thing. No, I'm good. That's why I stuck to Japanese cars to work on. Figure if I got to do this for a career, better pick something that's not too difficult.
I always loved the whole, it's German engineering, but I'm like, have you actually met engineers? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Matter where they're from.
Hear something like, no. the least in the know people you'll ever meet, engineers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every now and then I'll watch like I forget the name of the channel, but it was like it might have been like Mechanics React, and they have these mechanics from this shop called Miranda's, and one of the topics of one of the videos I watched was about like how easy or hard is this car to work on or that car. And it's been a while since I watched it, but they're like, yeah, there was some that the one guy was like, if I can avoid it, I will avoid it like the plague.
Well, as we say that, T-Rex is coming to the end of his final lap. He's up over a second from his first hot lap, so we're aiming hopefully into the 24s if he gains a little bit more time going into the final chicane. Yeah, very impressive performance from the 458. I was not expecting it to be this fast, mostly because of just the top speed advantage the 4 GTs have, but I mean, he's keeping it pointed straight, and he's doing pretty decent.
Yeah, it's like wet like it is now. The 458 excels. It's just if it's going to be 24-1, it's just when it's dry, that's when it struggles.
Absolutely, but T-Rex is finding the pace going into this first corner. Let's see if he hits his apex. Hits the first apex pretty well. Gets over the second. Gets the power down. The traction control getting activated, but not slowing him down one bit. Going down the hill onto the right-hander, then slowly get onto the brakes to go for the left. Try to get the car straightened out. Get the car pointed out onto an exit before you go onto the Musan straight. Hopefully I pronounced that right. He is up a 10th. I am not good with French. Goes out wide, stays on the curb, shouldn't get a penalty there, and he has a long run going into the first chicane.
Yeah.
Now I think I know what budget needs to be spent on. We need a French translator for the French viewers.
Yeah,
that we have none of, probably.
I would say it's easier pronouncing the corner names here than it is at Nord's. It's like, unless I hear someone say it correctly, then I can't say most of the names. I mean, I know Foxhole, but that's about all I know.
Unless they have a corner named Grand Coupon, I have no idea.
I feel like that would be at the Canadian track, but sure. That works too. It's more of a French
Canada, France, it's all the same thing.
Well, that part of Canada. I will say it about the rest of Canada that they will fight you. Not kidding. Sure there, so
got squirrely under the brakes there. See if he held up he must on.
Got it all wrong. Missing out on 2 tenths. Maybe he can make it up going into the final few sectors, but yeah, just messed up on the braking there and just completely went wide at the first apex.
Now this 458, with it so light towards the end of the third lap, it gets incredibly slippery, but also it will glide over the Porsche curbs coming up. Like it's butter. I mean, at the same time, it's butter, but it means you can also just slide on like the brakes just to get to work.
Yeah.
Very easy to.
Oh not. But yeah, so this be our first Ferrari runner.
Yes, it would be.
Because it's been a bit quiet this evening. This is only our third participant so far.
It's a lot of watch and wait and see to see what people are putting down and what they're using. Especially being the first, you know, it happens. Because some people are just viewing and watching the first few drivers and seeing what they're, you know, doing. And then they're thinking, do I even want to do this? Is my time good enough?
Did they?
What's Shaggy to dress so I can send him hate mail? Stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, we'll say right side. Well, he's gained back a little bit of time. Still down.
A little bit, but he did have a wall tap.
Yeah.
It glides through here. It must feel like the tires aren't even touching the ground.
I was going to say.
You are right, though.
Yeah. Go
Sorry. No, you are right, though, about how a lot of drivers are probably just watching the stream right now, trying to figure out where the wetness is. He almost lost it going into the first part of the chicane. But, he goes even a little bit more Tokyo Drift, but he exits out, finishing with a slight improvement into the 23s.
Nice.
Very nice.
Hold it up. I thought it was a mistake braking over there on the curb line and that he was just going to lose more time there, but somehow he held on to it.
The line here for that final chicane is really weird because you can take it more to the left. You slow it's like slow in, fast out. And what he just did was hold on. Went
slide in, slide out.
It was like far right, okay, far left, straight.
Looked like he did it from my angle that I could see. It looked like he did a little bit of a Macarena through there because it was all over the place. He held it straight.
Hey, I need some new pants. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm having to wait a little bit longer. I had to jump into the lobby to make it because there was only one person qualifying. I'm not qualifying yet myself, so the timer's still going for another minute, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But normally, if everybody's already done, once that last driver passes, then that ends the deal.
Mm-hmm.
There's no more runoff. Because everybody will already take in that final lap, and then you just immediately cut. So otherwise, everybody's waiting for another 2 or 3 minutes.
Gotcha.
Which I had it for 3 minutes, but it's really weird. However, they get these lobbies set up now. The runoff time is bipolar, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh. Well.
Yeah, that setting just lies to you.
Yeah.
You put it for 1 minute, it goes to 8.
Pretty much. There's an additional 2 minutes last round.
Yeah, because the MO of this game is like, we're not lying. We're just not telling you everything. That's right.
Well, as we finish this run, I see one of my teammates getting prepped for the next run.
Yeah, I think T-Rex will be very happy with that time. I think a 23 for top split is looking pretty good to make top split, that is.
Yeah. I think if I hook up a lap completely together, I could probably get maybe a 22, but I'm at least aiming for no less than a 23.
Oh, looks like the 32 laps that I've done in practice aren't going to be quite enough. Back to practice I go.
I probably did that many laps, but with like 5 or 6 different cars.
Well, that's what I did initially.
And
more so with the 450.
And not going to lie, some of us were hovercraft were wanting to see your teammate Wid try and do another miracle with the Mustang, because it baffled all of us when he did what he did at Daytona with the Mustang. I was like, what?
You know,
yeah,
I
it was
tried the
very
Mustang.
impressive.
I did try to make the Mustang work, but I could only get it down to a 425.
Yeah, the Mustang just kind of lacks in the top end. Yeah, the 4GT, it's surprisingly good on the top end, but you would think the Mustang would be somewhat closer to it, but not really. Weirdly.
Yeah, the Mustang was struggling to get to 160 miles an hour. Like it was sticking in the last gear. It's like, no, I'll think about it. It's like, stop hitting water. I can't pick up speed. I'm like,
yeah, there's been some weird.
160.
There's just been some weird balance changes throughout the years. So, you know, PD likes to add and remove horsepower to these cars, but right now we're kind of on less horsepower than when the game started. But they didn't change the gearing for BOP setups. So, you know, the Mustang, if it had its original horsepower, would actually be doing pretty well in the top end, but because PD never adjusted the gearing for the, you know, the lesser horsepower that it has now, like you said, it just sucks in the final gear. It just doesn't want to do anything.
Yeah, I think the game doesn't have the ponies to pull.
But yeah, it's like, unless you're a Japanese manufacturer, it's like your car's going to suck. In Gran Turismo. That or become a paid sponsor. There's that as well. And I know they always say, I was like, that there's no correlation between that. I was like, is there?
As we see Wid with the 4GT and Q in the Ferrari 296, the first 296 runner of the night.
Yeah, I'm curious.
You know, me and my
team.
Say that again, sorry?
I said I'm just curious to see how the 296 is going to do out here. I tried it. I didn't like it much, but let's see what Q can do with it.
I think the 296
we found
do well.
You can see the 458.
Yeah, he was in the 458. So.
Is that the 458? I thought it was the 296. My bad.
Oh, it's like, yeah, I had to like look at it myself. I'm like, what if it said 458? Unless PD's messing up their graphics now. I mean, you know, some people see 296 and some people see a 458. I'm like, I don't care which one's faster. Just give me that one.
Well, regardless, we did find that while the Ferraris were a little bit slower in these pre-qualifying setups, it was actually very equal to the 4GT for the race pace, right? So, you know, during the race distance, especially if we see it be more in the dry weather, we can definitely see the Ferraris be competitive. It's just... in this pre-qualifying wet setup, it's just the 4GT just has the advantage, right? That top speed is just, you know, it's easier to gain time on the straights than it is in the corners, and the 4GT is just the easiest pathway to that. But, you know, regardless, I wouldn't be surprised if we see one or two Ferraris in the top split, maybe more, to be honest. But, you know, I can't really say much outside of my team's practices, of course.
Yeah, I haven't done any like actual race practice, but that was something that I've been kind of curious about. It's like I figured GT would be a monster in the dry, but I'm like in the wet, it's like might be a bit more balance between the two.
Absolutely. I mean, the 4GT isn't even a GT3 car in real life. When it was running, it was a GTLM, the weird little less than GT2 but more than GT3 class. Very interesting history that it had, but you know, it won its few Le Mans races, and then like after 2 or 3 years, it decided for whatever reason to retire, but now Ford is back with the Mustang and GT3.
Okay. Kind of sounds like the GT1 in the sense, because it started out in, what was it, Group, well, I say Group 1, but yeah, like the LMP class, and then it eventually went to, what was it, because it went to a lower class, I think, after, what, a year or two? I forget what it was. But I remember something similar.
Well, I mean, regardless, we see Wood going into the first chicane, going over the 2 curbs fairly well, getting on the power. No assist this time around. Going down the hill into the right-hander, we will see him straighten up the car, go on the right-hand side, get the car turned in, go a little bit wide on the curb, but he still gets a good exit. Going on to the Mulsanne straight, but he gets a little bit squirrely, loses a little bit of time, but he gets a good power out onto the straight.
Okay. A little shaky there from Q, but as long as you don't go onto that grass, yeah, he shouldn't have a penalty, because I've done that in like the day races here, and it's like you would think that going on to the grass would be okay, but it's like, nope, penalty for you, sir or madam.
Yes. Well, as we see Wood going down into the first chicane, going through the gears, going under the first curve, going over the second curve, not really being scared of how wet it's going to be, acting as if it's dry. Still going strong, going into the second half, or the second third, yeah, we call it the second third of the Mulsanne straight. Q following close behind, taking the same racing line theory.
Yep. Maybe
Missing out on the curb on the exits, but he still does well.
But yeah, we don't really have much of an average time so far. We've only had maybe 3 so far, I think, is what we're at now. So we don't even have enough for 2 splits. It's been a bit quiet this evening.
I mean, they've all been good times for higher splits, so nothing to really be disappointed, so far.
Yeah, based on what I was seeing in some practice lobbies, it's right on par. That the 422s are going to be really fast. 423s are going to be. I think 423 is probably going to be the cutoff for top split.
Yeah.
424 is going to be about average.
227. All right, and see what Q's at when he crosses the time check. 28.9.
It's a solid first lap so far.
Yeah. But yeah.
Absolutely, and these drivers are noting that the curbs and the wider portions are not significantly wetter than the rest of the tracks. Or the rest of the tracks. So, Wade and Q, and I'm assuming a lot of the drivers that are definitely, watching the broadcast, we know you're lurking. You guys are probably all taking notes that it's very much, you can take kind of the normal racing line. You obviously have to change your, going a little bit wide into the gravel. But you can definitely, take the racing line. You just have to adjust your braking and throttle inputs, of course. But, the line doesn't have to change much from the dry. Just your driving style.
To be fair, you dislike most things, C-dubs.
The only thing with the dry line here is when you first get a hold of the dry line here, you kind of want to be on the racing line. You don't really want to veer off too much, because you will have a little bit of a wet line, surrounding the dry line. It won't be too bad. It dries up very quickly, especially with 14 cars on the track, race itself.
Yeah. And what's surprising is for such a wide racetrack, the racing line here is very specific. So that dry line, you can hang on to just the edge of it and not be that far out of it, and still, oh wow, 420. Oh wow. All right. So it's going to be.
I just want to note very, very quickly. Sorry to cut you off. Wid is not our fastest member.
Something to not look forward to. Thanks.
Yeah, I often say if you ever want to be depressed, just get in a race with Jorge, and you'll quickly find out what depression is like.
I think
see that.
After seeing a 420
top speed.
right now, after seeing a 420 right now, this might have to be a bye week.
Yeah, C-Dubs is wanting to know who's your quickest guy in Sector 7.
I think right now, I want to say it's S7R Cody. I want to say, I'm trying to go down the list of all of our faster drivers. Witt is near the top. He's probably top 4, I want to say. Maybe top, yeah, I'd say top 4, top 5.
Okay.
But I know Cody is probably the fastest one. He's actually an ex-World Tour driver.
Okay.
I think he was in the World Tour during GT Sports era.
Yeah, it does sound familiar.
Wait, is that Cody Nikola Makovsky?
I only know him by Cody, so maybe.
Because I've been watching the live events there for long enough that I remember, because the Cody I'm referring to, he's over in, what is it? Forget. I think he was Aussie.
He is, yes, he is Aussie.
So it actually might end up be the one I'm thinking of.
Very likely. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very, very likely.
Okay. Down.
Like I said, I know him as Cody.
Jeez, he's going for if he keeps it up, he's going for 19. He's looking at a 0.1 or even a flat 20 currently.
When if he goes any faster, he's going to go back in time.
Full of Superman.
What else? He might make it.
Yeah, I was like, shoot, even if he is only on par with his previous lap the rest of the way, that's still mighty close to 19. Oh, geez.
Slightly wide there, but still almost 7/10 up.
Yeah, he's
going down into first gear.
Oh, since you're asking / inquiring, C-Dubs, our guest commentator is Sector 7's own hovercraft, and he's our guest commentator for the night. Hey, Flash.
Hello, everybody. As we see Witt going into the first right-hand curve, then getting to the right-hand side to cut in for the second left-hand curve. Up 7/10, almost 8/10. Going on to the second half of, I believe that's the Porsche curve sector, right?
Yep.
Well, going on to the left hand, going back onto the... getting a little bit squirrely, but still holding onto it. I don't even think he left it there. Going on to this mini final straight, if you want to call it that. Going somewhat center of the track, which is very interesting to note, but clambering over the first few curbs. And the second one, but the final apex, you just gotta avoid that red sausage. He crosses the line with 19.4.
Holy cow.
You know what? I quit.
What's up, Leo? Good to see you. I guess work isn't keeping you too busy since you're able to say hey. Yeah, I know, right? C-Dubs? It's like, man. It makes you seeing someone go that quick as he does. It's like not just you, but myself included. It's like just make you question. Question your life's choices. It's like, what am I doing with my life?
All that slide, and he's still only down 2/10.
Yeah, it's like it's wild. That's like, jeez. See,
You know what's interesting though is that what I've been paying attention to is his braking and throttle inputs as it's definitely got the advantage there because it's on controller.
Q is actually
cannot
purple through here, so that's interesting. So we'll see if
see
you can
Q
keep
is
it up.
more on par. Q is more on par. This is where I was expecting time to be, not 419. Near dry lap.
Yeah, I had a bit of a long day as well, Leo. So obviously I don't work for the post service like you do, but it's like I work in retail, so it can be busy. Let's see, going through the next time check. Q is not purple, but he's up almost a second on his current time. Let's see, Wid's down almost half second, but even being down a half second, he's that's still 19.
Sorry. I just.
And Q is lost a tenth, but he's still up on his time, so he's looking good.
Absolutely, Q. As much as we are, going over to WID, you are still doing extremely well. On track for a 22 is nothing to scoff at, especially in the Ferrari.
See, yeah, missed WID's time check here, but we'll see how Q is. Still in
a little
8
time
tenths. Yeah. So he's looking for 22, maybe 21 if he can hook up the latter half of this lap. And he's down 4 tenths, but like I said, that's still a 19.
Powering out, going on to the mini straight while Q enters the hairpin. Gets the car turned in first gear, powers out, goes slightly wide, hits the gravel, but still a second up. He's looking at 21 right now. Going over the curb on entry. With entering the first part of the Porsche curves, hitting his apex pretty well, getting over to the right-hand side to turn in one more time. 8 tenths down, though.
Yeah, but that's like still a 20.
Yeah, we're acting as if it's a horrible thing.
Yeah. Just good things. And Q going over the time check is 1.3 up.
1.3, oh. Carefully dancing with his throttle, carefully favoring it, making sure that the car stays stable throughout the entire corner. Gets a good exit onto the final mini straight. Going over the weird 2 curbs that make no sense, but whatever. Going on to slightly onto the pit entry, but turning in fairly early, climbing over the 2 curbs, getting over onto the right-hand side, going over the first curb, avoiding the rest sausage on the second apex, going heavy on the throttle on exit, gets a 21.6.
Very good.
Very nice.
Wow, 2 fast times right there.
And no, Sheldon, that is not a typo. That is a legitimate time by a very legitimate virtual race car driver. But as you can see, with his 419.4.
Well, guys, that is going to do it for the PHG World Series. We're all done here. Want to thank everybody for coming. Thanks for Shaggy setting this whole thing up so that we could watch this time in real time. And that's all. Good night.
And then, Q with his very good time as well of 21.6.
I believe that's the second fastest time so far, right?
Let's see.
And here comes Rowdy. Rowdy, it's up to you, buddy. We got it's 419's got to get beat.
Ooh.
Well, guys, thank you very much for having me on the stream. I'm gonna have to head out for the night, so I have to get some dinner in me.
Oh yeah, can't be go too long without food.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah, it was fun to have you, and yeah, hope you can have a lovely evening and even better dinner.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you to all the PHG organizers, and I wish all the drivers heading into the next 2 days of qualifying all the best of luck, and hopefully even better races.
Thank you, and take care.
Have a nice day, guys. Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. So am I going to need to put in the times? I don't think anyone's been doing times yet.
No, I can. I'll screenshot everything. I just can, specifically tell what needs to be done.
All right, making sure. But yeah, see, we got Papa in here. I guess he's been practicing this afternoon, because I wasn't really expecting him until a little bit later.
I honestly wouldn't have expected it maybe until tomorrow.
I think.
Yeah.
I think
more practice was needed.
Is he? Don't remember if he's doing comms for Wednesday or not. I forget.
I think he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be fine.
Let's see.
A little bit of a different line there through the chicane from Papa.
Okay.
He is slow enough to let Slice go by.
Alright.
Yeah, there's plenty of space and plenty of time to get your laps in and not have to be, right up some rear tailpipe.
Yeah, because if the sewers have to be called on you in split qualifying, I don't think it's going to be kind to you.
Yeah.
I was like, really? You got this big of a track and you still have... Come on, dude. Okay. So is that cool? Are they all in Fords? Rowdy's Ford. Yep, it's a Ford GT lobby.
Ford. Yes, it is. You know what I've found though is that I think that's why I chose to practice with it the most, is because in the wet it does give you the most traction out of flow corners. And it's a little bit more forgiving. I think it's just because the gears seem a little bit taller, so it doesn't quite want to spin you around if you give it a little too much throttle out of the.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I did a fair bit of driving into Ford GT myself. I was like, okay, and looking at the little graph bar and the settings about like, when am I supposed to actually shift this thing? I was like, okay.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured that one out either.
But yeah, I was like, because I shouldn't have too much trouble in the 296, because the other League Series I'm a part of is a 296 series, so I was like, I guess I'll...
Oh, well, you got plenty of practice in it then.
Yeah, so I've ended up having a fair bit of running into 296, but yeah, I did learn that it has a bit better fuel. I was like, okay. But yeah, I think the reason why both the 296 and the Ford GT have better top end, I think they're both they have turbos, whereas like the other Ford cars, like the LM cars, I think they're NA. Forget if the 458 is. Hey Shaggy, is 458 NA or is it turbo?
You know, I don't know. Let me see. Oh, it's NA.
NA. Okay, so that might be why it suffers a bit on the top end. Okay, but yeah, that's probably why the 296 and GT do as well as they do. Okay.
Yeah, for anybody not that doesn't know, this is Slice's favorite track.
Oh,
he actually customized the. I guess we had something going on to whoever had the better idea, or some race or something. I don't know. Either way, he won the right to do the specifics of a race in a previous season, and he chose this one. And we did like 20 laps.
Oh,
it was the longest race I think we've ever run in any of our seasons.
Because that was like what, 80 minutes or so, somewhere in
it was
ballpark.
It was closer to like an hour and 20, hour and 30. We were there forever. TK and Tune were singing and talking about food like 90% of the time. But it was fun. It took forever, especially on that Friday night because we had 2 splits.
Oh wow!
And so we did around like 11 o'clock local time for those guys. And we started at 7.
7. Oh,
so
geez. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you're pushing nearly midnight. Then yeah.
But that one, Sliced, he ended up winning it. Of course, I think he got the pole in it, and he spun early on, but he came back past everybody, won by 20 seconds. But this is like probably his favorite track. He's very good at it, so I would expect him to do good in qualifying and really good in the race as well. It's really it's no surprise to me, like because when I made this one, I was like, oh yeah, he's going to do good here. If he shows up, if he doesn't show up to anything else, he'll show up to this one during the season.
There was a mentioning of food, T-Rex. Nothing in particular, just a general mention.
Yeah. Yeah, they were talking about hot dogs and hamburgers and barbecue and everything. Yeah, a lot of food. Before I got on here, I was watching a documentary or like a little thing about gas stations and like the rise of gas stations like Buc-ee's.
Oh, okay.
And Wawa, like the Walmart supercenter size gas stations.
Yeah.
That have all the amenities you could want and 40 bathrooms and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's not the food, but I did watch. There's like a channel of this guy. His name is Simon Whistler. I think he's like one of those people that you hire. And this video was about taking like a deep dive into the origins of Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I think I saw I don't think I've watched it, but I saw the thumbnail for that one.
But yeah, because he's this Simon guy. He's on like I've seen him on a fair few other channels, so I think he's like kind of like a voice actor in a sense. Only he's like I guess if you will, a narrator of whatever it is.
Right.
See what Slice can slice up. Wink, wink.
Yeah, he's on a very good lap already. Like this is 419.
Yeah, 419.
Wow. 418 is very possible because that was the first lap.
Yeah, literally. Yes, Dr. Pepper, Johnny. See what
provisional P1 right now.
Papa is a 430. Then Metal is a 428.
428. Then Rowdy
is respectable 423. Okay.
Very nice.
Obviously, besides Mr. Lamont himself, varying times in this one.
I think we're gonna see what we saw last week our last round with top split and second split just being stacked. Top split obviously being very stacked, but even second split being super competitive, probably
down. And Rowdy's up. Okay, so Rowdy's up 3/10. But yeah, I know Papa was wondering if he was even going to make the splits. It's like, it being rainy, you know how some people avoid the rain. So it's like,
I told him to aim for at least 427. I don't know what the D56 driver cutoff will be, and it really depends on how many drivers we have take part. I figured this one would be a little bit of a nemesis for some people that saw it and be like, no, the rain is not for me. I have nothing to do with this. Why is this here? Please leave me alone.
Well, with you creating the league, they're in the wrong league. If rain is not their friend.
Yeah, I told him if it can rain there, it will rain there.
Yeah, like I got a friend who does, I think he only does iRacing, and I don't know if he does LMU at all or not, but it's like, well, he complains about the rain. I'm like, well, how are you ever going to get good in the rain if you never race in the rain?
Yeah, I leave Kaz a voicemail every day asking if he can get rain at the rest of the tracks, like Daytona and Interlagos, which have produced great racing in the rain and other real-life leagues and series, especially Interlagos.
But yeah, it's a lot. It's kind of ironic to me how many people complain about the rain. It's like, well, you're going to just always be bad at it if you never try. It's like you can't get good at something if you don't try.
I have a few tracks like that. I don't like them. I don't care if I get good at them. I will never do them. just some tracks just no.
Yeah, for me that's pretty much any narrow track. I was like, I can drive them, but I don't really care for narrow tracks.
That would be like Tokyo then, where you don't really have that advantage of stepping out of line too much because there's a wall there.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, oddly enough, I actually like Tokyo tracks.
If you find a flow to them, then they can be really nice. Like, speaking of which, there was one, and it was the one they always used, the really long one. It has the long straights on the front stretch, and then there's a straight in the back. At the little, it's I don't know, pretty iconic. But yeah. They had a Nations race or a Manu race, I forget, a while back, and I got to use the Ferrari, of course.
Yeah,
and did really well in GT1, surprisingly, because it rained at that track, which is kind of scary, but also it was really fun if you don't die first. You get in front and people don't push you into the wall, it's not so bad.
But yeah, I don't know if you were here when Wid qualified Jorge, but so far Slice is pole. He actually improved.
Wow. Yeah, a little bit better.
Slice is currently pole, and then I know Wid is second with I think it was like a mid-19 so far. So if Slice can get 19-1, then I'm expecting you to get 18. Let's see. So 23-2 from Rowdy. And yeah, Papa got under 4.5. 28.9 there. Okay.
I think Papa's got a 25 in him if he can find his better line and a little bit smoother on accelerating.
Yeah.
I think Rowdy's done. Get into a little bit of traffic.
Yeah. It's like either he crashed or he got a penalty. So understandable. Alright, let's see if Slice is up or down. He is... Oh. Yeah,
up again.
I would say he's definitely up. Okay.
Oh, I know town. I warned everybody about that. I said there's plenty of track, and then at the end there's 3 cars within a car length starting a lap together.
Yeah, it's like hey, if someone files a ticket against you, then it's probably your fault.
Yeah, the lead car obviously it's not their fault. But yeah,
It's like I said earlier, I don't think the stewards are going to give you much sympathy. It's like, because they'll probably be like, what are you doing? It's like, you got how many miles of track at Le Mans? And
yeah, how long is
a lot?
It's up there.
yeah, obviously it's not as long as Nord's, but yeah, it's definitely no walk in the park. It's like, if you go for a track walk, that's literally, actually I think Basic Ollie when he went, I don't know if it's this past year or the year before, but there was one of these recent years, him and some of his friends actually did like a track walk, and it was like, oh yeah, it was an adventure in of itself.
I just want to add in there, Splice is now up 6 tenths.
Ah.
Yeah, expected.
Yeah, we'll take your word for it, Talon. Bit squirrely there, but he's up 6.5. Ooh-wee. Yeah, since this is slice track, trying to give poor guys something to work for.
I'm telling you, if I see a 418 right now, I'm going to be happy with 4th split this week.
Yeah. It's the benefit of having the fastest car that's also the worst on fuel, is by the time you get to the 3rd lap, your car has already lost half of its fuel. We don't need that.
Lost a fair bit, but he's
Lost
still
a little
up
bit.
half second, sorry.
Well, the good thing is nobody needed tires.
Yeah.
That's true.
They're well cooled down.
But yeah, he'll be looking at a mid 18 from the looks of it.
Oh, he botched it. Yeah. Hurry up before it tallies it.
Yeah, before it registers.
Oh,
yeah, PD is.
Yeah, he got the.
It's still good though. I think it's still P1 overall currently.
Yeah, I know he'll be annoyed at it, but yeah. See what Papa and Metal can get on this last little bit. Oh, I see Metal has the pin, so then just Papa then.
Come on, Papa.
I told him 427.
Nice.
There you go. I think I don't know. I can't say that's gonna be safe, but I think that might make the show. Might. We got a lot of fat guys, so
yeah.
At the rate we're going, T-Rex.
Like I said. No, I was just going to say prior to any of the qualifying starting, just from what I had seen through practices, I was figuring that 422 and 423 were going to be about, mid-range for a majority of guys.
But yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's just all 424s or something to that extent, just that close.
Oh my. But yeah, I was going to say at the rate we're going, T-Rex, we're going to have to start up a sandbagger league.
Hey now.
I was like, hey, I didn't say anyone's name. I just said sandbagger.
Listen, Papa put this into play. Everybody is the king of sandbaggers, so I don't want to hear it.
And for those you don't know, that's NASA.
Don't make me laugh too hard right now. I'll start choking because I'm still kind of sick.
I created NASA. There you go.
Tell you that was a tough race to do on Saturday because I was running a 102 fever trying to do that race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my qualifying was botched. Or the day I felt really really bad and wasn't able to hit my times. So I was like, screw it. I'll just run the alpha. Have a little fun that round.
Damn. Slice kicking himself with his 19-1. It was like he definitely had a mid 18, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then you see a Rowdy with his 23.2. Then, like you said, Shaggy, Papa had a 27 in him if he could get it together, and he managed to pull it together long enough to get mid-ish 27, and then Meadow fortunately had a pin on the last lap, so he finishes with his high 28.
Yeah, I think that was about the best I'd seen Papa run in practice. So, I mean, I always think that if you hit what you've been running, you can't really feel bad. I mean, you achieved what you knew you can get. It's just, it feels worse when you knew you had something better in you and you couldn't come close to it. That's what hurts more than anything. It's not about making it or not. It's just achieving what you know you can do.
Yeah, it's like nothing more annoying than you're like, okay, I feel good about my qualifying pace, and then you're like me, where you just have like a qualifying curse. And it's like, well, what the hell? I was like, I've been putting up these lap times and I can't get anywhere near it. I was like,
Speaking of food, don't mind me, guys. I'm actually going out to grab my food at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
Share.
not like we got anything important going on.
I couldn't squeeze in dinner before we started tonight, so I held out as long as I could.
Yeah, I got some food earlier in the day. Ate some of it, and I got like 2 bratwursts, so I'll probably eat that at some point.
I haven't had a bratwurst in 20 years.
I just got it from Sheets, so I was like, because I needed to fill up on gas, so I got gas as well. So I was like, well, I guess I'll go ahead and get food. And they're one of the few places around here that does salted pretzels, and I love salted pretzels. So every about, I'll say every other month, I'll go to Sheets.
Every other boy, Sheets is kind of like for around here we have Wawa and Quick Check, and it's kind of the same thing. And if I don't spend literally about a third of my paycheck in those places on food every single week, something is greatly wrong.
Yeah, it's like sometimes I may go like once a month, but it's like it just kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes I do chicken Alfredo several times a month, and then other times I might do it like only once a month. So just kind of depends what I'm in the mood for, honestly. And since I guess since we ain't gotten anyone in here, I guess I could.
It's funny because I think they had seen those 419s. I think there were plenty of guys that were planning on qualifying, and they just kind of said, "You know what? I'm going to go practice."
Yeah, I was going to just do some running, but seeing we have Slick in here, so we'll probably, take care of yourself, Rowdy. But yeah, I was like, if no one was going to, someone else hopping in. I was going to say if no one else, if no one was going to hop in, I was just going to do some running, so camera wouldn't be too stagnant. But looks like we'll have Slick and Saint in here.
Saint going brave with the Mustang.
Really doing it. I like it.
I'm sure I can hear Chuck somewhere.
There was, I did see somebody, I forget who it was in qualifying lobbies, that was running a Mustang and still pulling 422s in the Mustang. So, count it out.
All right. But yeah, it's been relatively quiet this evening. Not sure if it's a case of not many people are wanting to bother with this, or if it's a case everyone trying to get used to the rain and wait until tomorrow night.
Yeah, I have a feeling that it's definitely the latter of the two there. This is certainly demanding to get used to this. We've had a couple of weeks of dry. It's not like PD gives us very many races in the wet.
Yeah.
To get a lot of practice, So I think a lot of people are going to put more time in and really try to get their times down as best as they can.
But yeah, if they would give us rain races more often, then maybe people might get used to it. But if you never give people those races, then how do you expect them to get used to it? Hey, Papa. Yeah, I don't know if he was listening to the broadcast, but Shaggy was saying you were going to get 27, and sure enough, you did.
Well, I told him to aim for a 27 because I don't really know where the cutoff's going to be, but I feel like that might be safe for the for force split to make it. But only time will tell. Got lucky.
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
I probably should have set a lower number then, if that was the case. Just like 25 or something.
Okay, so Strix in the 458, and really been looking at liveries. Oh, he's got Shaggy on one side of the hood, and then you got Papa Smurf. And then you got what? That kind of looks like almost like a Last of Us T-Rex. But I know it's supposed to be like a T-Rex busting through the wall. Okay. Make sure we... Okay. What's that say? Little... Yeah, I was like... Yep. Well, just standard livery for the Ford.
About writing any of the times down currently. I'm managing and everything. If I start doing all that, then I'll be just kind of useless for anything else. But if there's anything that needs to be known, like I'll go through them and give like the top times, and because there's no cutoff right now, so there's really no, I guess, keeping up with it. Like it doesn't. Yeah, it's not that important times just yet.
Yeah, it's not like we've had like 20 or 30 people. It's like this. Just not many people this evening so far. So
they'll probably flood it, bro.
Yeah, imagine it'll probably get busy tomorrow evening. So
it's understandable. For some, it was like they were questioning if they even wanted to do it, and they saw the times, and they were like, "Nope, I do not want to do that now."
For you, about Pop and Papa, Shodo was watching when Wid did our first. Easy there, Saint. Oh, I guess that must have been lag. Yeah, Wid did like a midnight teen, and it was like, that's a typo, right? I was like, nope. Then, yeah, it must be.
Oh, sync.
No, not lag this time.
It's all right. It's on the outlap, so
Yeah.
still okay. Just losing
I want
time.
to do anything like that. Do it now. Get it all out of your
Get
system.
it out of the way early.
Remove all the marks, the brake markers, the signs.
I mean, as much as Chuck is not going to be happy with me saying this. Spinning out is normal for a Mustang.
Oh my goodness! And then Slick goes for a donut in the Ferrari. Oh my
Apparently
goodness!
it is for the game.
As the guy I watch on YouTube, Fail Race, he often says, if you're going to crash spectacularly, let it be on camera. And lo and behold, both of them do it.
Yeah, it's definitely no good if he sees it.
But yeah.
I hope that doesn't rattle their cages too much here. That now they just go a little too cautious.
Yeah, tiptoes.
Yeah, because if you do it with the Ferrari, it's like, oh, maybe you might be pushing it a little bit too hard.
No, I feel like the Mustang is a little more ideal of a car to spin out.
Oh,
Real life and G7.
Oh yeah,
happen.
yeah. Yeah, Mustang is definitely a fan favorite for curbs and utility poles.
It's like, how did you, who T-boned you? Well, what happened was, I took a turn and T-boned the tree. What, like a tree hit you? No, I hit the tree.
Yes, the tree actually grew legs and stood up and ran out in front of me.
Yes.
I tell you, statistically, worldwide, 99.999% of cars are most likely to hit other cars, while the Mustang is that 0.01% that is most likely to hit inanimate objects.
Yes. Parked cars, trees, power poles, somebody's house, the drive-in that they turned into a drive-in.
And little did you know, if you look back in the history of the Mustang, it actually doubles as a lawnmower.
Oh.
They agreed it with Lamborghini before they sold cars.
Was it really?
No.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me they did lawnmowers. I was going to go, how fitting.
No, nope. I wonder who created Ford as a monster. Like, I don't think they ever had anybody come up to him and like, I want to race you, except Ferrari. But Ferrari creates rivals. Like, they never. Well, because they keep telling people no. They try to, make deals with them, and then they're like, no. And then the other party is like, well, okay, we're going to go beat you in everything we do. Okay. So they do. Lambo did it. Ford did it.
Well, that is one of the driving factors as to exactly why we have a lot of the cars that we have today, because if it wasn't for competition, nobody would be trying to do any better than, the one car that they make that, does well. They never come out with new ones or push the limits to try and squeak a little bit more or a little bit more.
It's a bit deep there, Slick.
And now Ferrari has their own strategy for not winning.
For not winning?
For not winning. They used to be very good at the winning part, and now they do everything but win.
Well, you just got to get
it's,
tired of it after a while.
Unless it's one specific racing genre, then they don't win. F1, they don't win. P3, it depends on where the GT3 cars are, but most of the time, no. Well, I guess it was the hypercars or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they did pretty well. Yeah, recently. Until Ford builds something faster. That's about it. Which I think they were planning on doing that.
Yeah, and it's like they do it year in, year out in F1. It's like you think they would learn. It's like, no, like you just find a new way to mess up. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, they would have the fastest car, and then the strategy would just get botched every time.
Because
like with a 426.
Yep. And Saints 429.8. But yeah, with Ferrari, it's like surely you can't do any worse than last year. I was like, oh yeah, I bet. I was like, oh my god. I was like, because I think if they had competent strategists and engineers, because they put out a good car, it's just I think if they were even semi-competent, I think Leclerc would at least have one title by now.
Well, we have a Ferrari racing in the rain. We can make the Leclerc joke. My seat is full of water. Must be the water. Yeah, let's add that to the words of wisdom.
But yeah, it's like, because it's like they
roll your windows up.
They put it on themselves, but it's like whether you like or hate Ferrari, it's like you kind of feel bad for Leclerc at a certain point. It's like, man, it's like he's got the skill to do it.
Yeah, they're wasting his talent. It's pretty bad.
Oh, and he was. Oh, yeah, he was up.
It was on a 425 at that point.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, oh, wow. Now that I'm thinking of it, is Ferrari the Dallas Cowboys of F1?
Oh my God. Not quite yet. Give them another 10 years and we'll call them that. I mean, they have won in the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, it's delusional, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And it's annoying to Posey. Come on. Yeah. Sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings, but come on, Dallas.
I'm not listening.
Jerry jumps through everything.
That was about one of the funniest things that I've heard. I just want to laugh too loud at it because I don't want more people hating me than they already do. And the next time we get to see Ferrari win anything, to go back on PHS, just like the Cowboys.
But yeah, it's like, I don't hate Cowboys like a lot of people do, but I was like, yeah, it's just like I honestly think as long as their owner runs the ship, I don't think they'll ever win. Shoot, they haven't even can't even say anything about the Super Bowl. They can't even make it to a championship game. But yeah, I was like, I think as long as Jerry's in charge, I don't think they'll really go anywhere. Because it's like, because I watch, it's called Nightcap, but it's like Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. And, yeah, they're like, because Ocho will be like, well, why can't the Cowboys win? It was like, well, it's because Jerry wants to win his way. It's like, why would I want to win someone else's way when I want to win my way? And so I was like, oh, it makes sense.
It does make sense, but it doesn't make for a winning team.
Yeah, because who in their right mind, after 30 years since your last Super Bowl appearance, always talks about every year, yeah, we got a good team together this year. I think we made some quality decisions in the off season, then overspend in free agency. And I think if we can stay healthy, I think we got a good shot.
You know what's bad though? I was reading into something, and every member of the NFC East has made it to the NFC Championship game since 2010, except for one team. Actually, every NFC team has made it to the NFC Championship since 2010, except for the Dallas Cowboys. They won it, but they did make it to at least playing for a championship. And Dallas can't even make it to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, and every year they're always talking about, yeah, this is our year, we dumb boys, and all this and that. And it's like, well, can you at least get to the championship game?
Dallas first round exit.
And then they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. You're just a hater. Okay.
You'll see it next year.
So, I mean, we have a championship. We've gotten a Super Bowl since they have. You know, like since the last time they even went to one. We've won one. Went to one, won it, done. 100% completion, done. That's it. Win percentage, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need Tom Brady.
Yeah, and like my team's Tampa, since that's where I'm originally from. And so I was like, I've been a fan of Tampa long before Tom Brady got there. So I was like,
oh yeah, Trent Dilfer.
Yep,
Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. There was Trent Dilfer, and then you had
the Super Bowl winning team. Trent Dilfer.
Then you had Brad. I think his name was Brad Johnson was quarterback. Then you had Ward Dunn, Michael Scott.
They had through the 2000s. They had a lot of good players.
Yeah, it's like maybe not name every single player, but I can name most players, and I know Lovie Smith was an assistant there at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, so if anyone ever like be like, all right, name a player. I was like, okay, that's one. And I was like, name another, and then I can go to another, and then another, and another. I was like, well, damn, maybe he is a fan. But yeah, I remember like their old school uniforms. Obviously, they occasionally bring back their retro jerseys every now and then. But yeah, I remember their old ones.
Yeah.
Because I think they...
Yeah, I always hate when they change everything. It doesn't work.
Because I think they call them the creamsicle jerseys. Because it's like a...
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like... Because I remember back in the day... Tampa never had an offense back in the day. They had a really great defense, but they couldn't do anything on offense. But yeah... And fun fact for anyone who doesn't know, they're the only stadium in the NFL that has the big massive prop that they have, the pirate ship. No other stadium has anything like that, and whenever they score, I don't know if it counts field goals, but I know at least when they score a touchdown, they fire the cannons.
I want to say it's for the touchdown at least. I don't think they do it every time they score a point. Because then it would be touchdown, extra point, field goal, safety. It might get a little excessive then.
But yeah, I was like, and I know you can actually be, if you're willing to pay the big bucks, you can actually get on the ship too. I always thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, so it's like stadium seating, but on the ship.
Yeah, literally.
I was a pirate at a Buccaneers game.
Let's see, Saint is marginally down. I think Slick was, I wanted to say up.
Slick's up, what, like over a second? He's doing pretty good.
He got off on a tangent on football, and we're not even paying attention to these poor guys.
Yeah. It's obviously it's the Cowboys' fault.
The Cowboys' fault.
Yeah, it's definitely the Cowboys' fault. I will definitely stick with that.
26-2 from Slick.
Can't wait for something positive, huh?
And Saints. Nope. Oh, yeah, actually does it.
A little bit of it.
Yeah.
A bit of it.
Nice. But yeah, that's 26-280 from Slick. And well, the Mustang was under a 4.5, so that's something at least. But yeah, it looks like this next session is going to have. It's still ironic to me that he goes by Pabst.
I really hope C-Dubs does well in his qualifying. That way I don't get angry letters and words that I probably can't pronounce. Also can't say because we're trying to keep it PG. And yeah.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, seems to be the going theme, unless you're someone like Wid or Sliced Slick. Because apart from those two, it's like it seems like everyone seems to be having their occasional struggles here and there.
Hey, who's that PHG guy?
I don't know,
Oh, it's C-Dub.
that guy.
That guy.
I wonder.
If you didn't know, he doesn't like the rain. Well, he doesn't like that I created and added the rain here. He might like rain, not this rain. Because this is... Yeah, when it comes up on the map, it's not even blue. It's yellow or like mustard. Or It's not blue.
Looks like we're going to have 4 runners.
I mean,
Leo.
Leo. I think I stumbled in here from work.
Maybe.
Ford versus Shelby.
So that's where he got traded to. I've been hearing that in the NBA, James Harden was going to get traded, and see, he did indeed get traded to the Cavaliers. Huh.
That's so random.
Okay.
He says, I want to try to play for 3 teams before I retire. Why not?
Gotta get the car.
Gotta get the car. Where did you leave it at?
Oh my goodness.
Left it on the highway, walked over and was like, hey, can I race this? Oh wait, let me get the car.
Does that mean he has to go buy? Does that mean he has to go buy it? Like
they won't let me drive the car into the track. Yes, it means he has to go buy it, which obviously means yeah.
I wonder if it's safe to say that he hasn't done any practice in it.
Yeah.
If he has to buy the car, then I don't think he's putting any practice in.
Yeah. That's probably right.
Yeah.
Good news is, guys, y'all get a little extra time to practice while he goes and jump starts the car to get onto the track.
Oh, goodness me.
Larry brought a big suitcase full of cash to just purchase a car outside the track, drive it into the track. I mean, it is probably like a Ford GT. So it'll take a little bit. Actually, I don't know. He's a Chevy person. It might be a Ferrari.
If he is going to get the Ford, then he definitely may have to jump.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a Chevy Chevy
By
guy.
the way, Leo,
so
make sure you buy the right tires too.
I'd say probably more Chevy. I don't know really. He might try to do the Mazda anyways. Why not? It's bad if he doesn't already have one of the cars that's part of the deal, because there's a lot of Fords and there's a couple of Ferraris now, and none of the cars.
But yeah, Leo, make sure you buy the tires as well, because they ain't going to do you any good to be out here on the slicks.
Left it in the ice and snow. Well, you could put the snow tires on there on the Ford GT. I'm sure to be okay with some chains. Wild ice here, probably, as much as I've seen people slipping. But y'all know what would help that? Assist. They're there. Yep. Nobody's telling you can't use them. If you constantly
they do slow you down.
They might slow you down, but they also keep you from going backwards and forwards and then backwards and then forwards if you hit a bump. several times. Okay, well, we'll let the start. Somebody's listening to the rain and now has the urge to go to the bathroom. I'm sorry. Was waiting on Leo to get his car out of the ice and snow in France.
Oh my goodness! But yeah,
that's exactly why I muted my TV to not hear the rain sounds while having to watch this.
Real quick, Leo, make sure you have rain tires before it starts.
That's only like what, the third or fourth time we've tried telling you to make sure you have it.
He's got rain tires. We're all good. Okay. Had to make sure.
Because we'll never let you live it down if we start this session and you're like, hey, so can I get a redo?
I would really like to see somebody try to do a qualifying lap on Strix. I'd probably pay them. That would be pretty good.
I mean, I could do it, sure.
Yeah.
I just won't be qualifying for the race this week.
Shoot. Yeah. A lot, and depending on how many people actually participate, it's like you might be able to fraud your way into qualifying with Strix.
The thing is, though, you could really just kind of do that just for the joke. Come in, be in the last session, know that you're going to make it if there's not quite, 56 drivers yet. Run it on Strix and just kind of take whatever. I mean, you put a time down, even if it takes you an hour to do one lap. You put a time down.
Because, theoretically, you could just let the AI do it and put it in auto drive as C-dubs. Oh, my God. Oh, those.
Look out, Leo. You got a C-dub in the middle of the road.
I already put it in.
The funny thing was, we were on PAX, and you just see in the corner, I was like, oh, there goes C-dubs.
Did he just go around again?
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah, C-dubs crashed, and we weren't even focused on C-dubs. He just happened to be in the shot.
He went from a broken wheel.
Get it
wheel.
Together, man.
Then
he's like, I'm gonna do this corner.
Yeah, pay no mind to the number on the car, but
C-dubs, I don't know if anybody's told you, but you were not supposed to put the Rain-X on the tires.
Yeah, that's like greasing your brakes. Doesn't quite do what you think it should do.
Shaggy, did you see the side of his car?
That's what I was going off with.
Yeah, Rain-X. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
At this point, I think it's on the inside of the car and it's all over the steering wheel, so you can't really hold on to the steering wheel. Kind of deflects any kind of grip.
So looks like Caps is running TC. Don't know how much TC, but TC. Leo's on TC and ASM.
And C-Dubs is on Hopes and Dreams. Let's see how that works.
Yeah, it's been working out pretty well so far for him.
I can give you the PG version of one of my favorite sayings. You can hope in one hand and poop in the other and see which one fills up better.
And that's the PG version. Nice.
That's the PG version.
Oh, my.
Never a dull moment, I know. All the guys at work tell the same thing.
Just remember, if you're having a bad day, I know somebody's probably having one worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're having a bad day, just remember there's always C-dubs.
I was just going to say, at least you're not C-dubs.
We joke because we can. Also because it's...
I really hope he's not listening because, and he picks up. spin twice and picks up a penalty. I really hope he's not listening because he's really going to get mad at us.
Oh my
he can do everything.
Plus, if nothing else, we can't poke fun that A+ driver is like getting pins left and right, and
Bat's got a little
Leo.
squirrely.
And Leo said hi to Barry R.
I was in more water in the sand. He went off, and the little meter went higher.
Really?
I think he went through a lake over there.
Oh goodness!
It's like a wet beach.
I've never seen the water go all the way up until you're in the sand.
Yeah, Paps had a run in as well because he's got some damage. It just now cleared, so looks like all three of our participants have been having quite the adventure on their outlap.
Yep, all damage has been reset. Well, except for Dubs here with a half-second penalty coming onto his first hot lap.
Yeah.
Let's see if everybody can hold her straight down the track. I think the rain noise, they are there a little bit, and I think the dog hears them, because he is now, since we have started the stream, this is about the 9th time he is next to me panting, wants to go outside again.
So split qualifying, which is what we're doing now, has a set weather pattern, so it'll always be the same. But no, it won't be like different from session to session, because for split qualifying, like Rick was saying, it's equal conditions. So you won't have women in split qualifying either, but when we are on race day, which is Friday and Saturday, there will be conditions. So it'll be a little bit different, but kind of similar.
Yeah. It can be different.
And there is also no drafting, probably.
Correct.
Yeah. Because like I have it on RO7, which is a guarantee on the rain. Anything lower than that is not a guarantee. It kind of comes in patchy. But the way it comes in, the direction it comes in, that does differ for that setting. So if you do it in practice or whatever, it could be different from the race. But it will come in about the same time as, in the practice. It just might be a little different. And sometimes it has like little pre-showers, little cells that'll pop up, and sometimes it has them after. But there's no way I can get that perfect each time. But we're not comparing split to split to determine anything like times or whatever in the races. So it's just per split, which it doesn't have an effect on the next split or the next split as far as points go. You're only racing the people in your split. So that's pretty much the only thing you compare to. So you might be in one split and the top time will be faster than another split. It could be the other way around as well, just depending on how quick the rain and the water dries. We could have people not show up, which would make it take longer for the track to dry. 2 or 3 people are absent of a lobby. They didn't show up, or they had disconnects or whatever. So it'll cause the different intervals, between dry and wet to be different. It's not really a perfect science, but I try to get it right.
No, I'm pretty sure equal conditions will be off on race day, right, Shaggy?
Yeah, they'll be off. So, qualifying's got an entire strategy to itself for race day, because it's RO7 to begin. So you'll start in, rain, it'll stop, it'll dry up. And there's a couple of different strategies to how you want to end, because it's also 15 minutes qualifying. So you'll still get the 3 laps as well, but they're gonna kind of throw you a curveball the way you want to do that. So if you haven't practiced that, because I've already practiced it, and just to see how long it was going to take to do everything or whatever. So I had an estimated time to be able to tell people how, when the next splits are going to start or whatever. And that's usually all I do. I don't do any more than that. I don't try to give myself extra practice or whatever, just enough time to give to figure out timing. And also hints if people haven't done it already. But yeah, qualifying is going to be very interesting.
24.8 from Paps.
I don't think that's too bad.
It's not bad.
I was figuring about average for most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people who are closer on the faster end probably are ranging like 24, maybe 25, 28, 7 from Leo. And then Cita.
Even with a half-second penalty, still pulls out a 427.
27.2.
And you still got 2 more laps, so there's plenty to make up. That car will only get lighter.
Mm-hmm.
Which can be a blessing and a curse at times.
Yeah.
I actually prefer a little bit heavier car sometimes because there is more grip to especially the MR's rear tires, which you do want, so it kind of gets a little slick the lighter it gets. You kind of have to adjust your braking for that, or you will slide.
Oh.
Right.
Jeremy. Tokyo drifting it there.
Up 10. Let's see. And see what Saint. Or, sorry. 3, so mid 24 currently. So Leo will be the next one to go over time check. But yeah, I was like, even though I don't really have the audio jacked up too much, because I don't think everyone wants to keep hearing the sound of rain constantly.
It gets loud, yeah.
Yeah, it don't really bother me, but it's like, but yeah, if you're like in this view, it's a lot louder. It's just, yeah, even if you're in cockpit, it's like, oh my god, it's like, it's still pretty loud. And
yeah, you don't want the one having to go to the bathroom every 5 minutes from hearing the rain.
Yeah, because it doesn't sound too bad from this view, but obviously you're definitely not racing in this view unless you're playing GTA.
Yeah, I race in chase cam, and it's not too bad. I've always got on the Papa about, because he races in, what was it, bonnet cam or whatever? Like right
I
on
think
the front.
it's like bump. If it has the rear view camera, that's I think called bumper.
Bumper, yeah. It's very loud because you're hearing all the impact of the front of the car.
Literally.
In the window. Yeah, yeah.
I race on that roof cam because it gives me a little bit more view of like the cars around me, and then be able to judge the distance of the cars in front of me, so that if I need to hit the brakes in a hurry or move, where you don't have like that bumper cam, you really don't have a judge to know like.
Yeah, because if you're right behind someone, it's like you literally can't see.
Right. Yeah, I can't see the corner approaching. I can't nothing. So.
I run chase cam, and I'm actually not using the Ford GT because it has a crappy chase cam.
Oh, does it? Okay.
I don't care if it's fast or not. I just don't like the chase cam for it, because you can modify it to be closer or further away. Even if it's closer, it just makes the car look bigger. Like I'm still behind you, but it just still limits.
C-dubs.
See.
Oh no.
Oh.
He just decided to give up on that one.
Let's see.
Yeah. Gave another try though. Yeah. But don't blame him.
Let's see. Right on board.
That's about to cross the line again. I think he's going to be a little behind.
No. Then Leo.
Oh, hang on, Leo.
I think C-Dubs is done. Yep, he went bye-bye. Sorry, bud. I will see you at Red Bull, which also has rain, but not in qualifying.
Which also has rain. Way to keep his spirits up.
It's got a dry qualifying. The sun is out.
Let's see.
Little Orphan Annie, you know, singing.
Little Orphan Annie.
Yeah, it'll come out. Probably not tomorrow, but it'll come out.
Oh, man.
See if Leo's up. Nope, he's definitely not up.
Not with that attitude.
Well, I'm not the one racing, so I don't have to worry.
He could come back from being a second down on his previous lap. You never know.
Baps is only down a couple of tenths, but definitely can make it up to get a lot of track left to go.
That back part, that's where you make up a lot of it.
Yeah.
See if Leo gains any time. Leo is...
And the goal will be... Let's see.
I mean, he technically added time. I did say see if he gained any time. Maybe not the kind of gain he wanted. Both about the same spot. Time check, up 2 tenths, and I think we missed Leo. But yeah, so looks like going for mid 24 so far.
C-Dubs still hang about because Rowdy might make top split, and we have to continue betting on that. Just because. So, like I said, there's always somebody having a worse day. You never know.
Man, I thought I was evil.
2 tenths.
Nah,
Oh, hang on to it, Baps. Come on, you got a good one going here, bud.
I'm not evil. I'm just making sure they know the ins and outs of GT7 because PD has failed to give, you know, the people anything worthwhile in a very long time.
You know, I'm wondering too, you know, I don't necessarily know that it's an actual person designing these races week to week. I think this is just their computer system kind of throwing it together.
I've determined it is a hamster roulette wheel. It might as well be like the Powerball girl that comes on and just starts like picking balls up out of the little tumbler thing, and it's like Ford GT, Lago Maggiore, hard tires. You know, it's really no different than that.
I just got a little late on the braking there, and
yeah,
gonna pick up that second penalty here. Only a half a second.
Nice.
I am noticing that the back of Apps's spoiler there. Go to his chase cam.
Oh.
And this is supposed to be a family channel.
Well, I mean, you know.
In his defense, you didn't see the entire word.
Yeah.
Because red, white, and
goodness. So 24 8 from the Ferrari hater. Leo 28-7. Then C-Dubs 27-2.
I mean, it is fun. Here's the thing: don't ever take yourself so serious. Like, I had to stop getting disappointed when I couldn't, get the times I wanted to get out.
Yeah.
And just enjoy the, you're put in or whatever. Because there's no money involved or whatever. It does suck when you don't get what you can get or you can get.
Yeah.
But, definitely be happy that there's still this opportunity here and you do get to race good drivers no matter what split you're in. It's not like you're racing a bunch of daily race scrubs that are going to try to wreck you every corner.
Yeah, clearly. Or the type of person that's going to send it on you every corner. It's like, come on, dude.
Every single corner. Some people just have that. They just, I see it in real life too. You be out on the highway and somebody's in the slow lane. You pass them in the fast lane, and then they're like just speeding up to keep up with you. I'm like,
it's like,
why?
Okay. Like, okay, take it easy.
That is literally, don't even talk about that, because that is one of the things that I don't road rage like I used to, but somebody does that in real life and I am livid. I can't.
That's why. Because you see the people that do the kind of crap on GT7, and I'm like, holy crap, you are a mess in real life. I am certain of it.
Because, like,
but never encounter
real world driving, I was like, it baffles me at the kind of maneuvers people will do, like, just so they don't miss their turn. They're literally like willing to cause a pile up just so, like, I can't miss my turn. Whereas me, I'm like, okay, there's too much traffic in order for me to merge safely, so I'll just like miss my turn and turn back eventually. And then you got it's like, God forbid some people get inconvenience.
Right.
I was like, geez, I'm like, where are you in a hurry to?
Well, sometimes, when people are flying and, stuff like that's going on, I tend to think of it this way. It's the only thing that keeps me calm. I don't necessarily know if it's what's actually happening, but I tell myself that in my head that they're on their way to an emergency, that it's a family member, something else, and they're rushing to get to a hospital, get into the house or whatever. I have to tell myself that just so I don't lose my mind.
Yeah, because probably most of the time it's probably job related, and they're like, and then I'm of the mind of like, why risk yourself for a job that will probably be more than happy to lay you off once you become more problem than worth. So
this is absolutely true.
Yeah, so that's why when we've been having snowstorms this last weekend happening, I just called out on Sunday because it's like, I'm not going to risk it. I was like, no.
Yeah, now I look at it this way: if the few times that I'm running late for work, that I'm really almost never. Few times that I'm running late. If I'm going to be late, I might as well be full on late and I stop and get myself a coffee. I stop and get myself this. If I'm going to be late, I'm really going to be late.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it a minute.
Yeah, I will say, while you're saying that, I do like on Bobo's the side of his car, I like it says Bobo's Blue Ribbon, and then their fast one. You got the American flag, Canadian, and not sure which one that is in the center. Not too familiar with that one.
Sorry, I stepped away for 1 second here. Let me take a look. Okay. As I said, the rain is making my dog have to go out, so I had to run out.
And then I see Jimmy's #1 best food delivery club.
Oh, there's
I'm not gonna lie, I like it.
I'm surprised.
Okay. Alright. But yeah, I did like the side of both of us. Incorporating the different flags, I guess, from their team members into their acronym for their team. So I was like, that was nice. Alright.
So looking at the time, we might have another, I mean, there will probably be one more session after this, and that will be the night. Yeah. So if you want to get in, be in the lobby when this thing ends, because I will be starting it up as soon as this one ends. That way we can get it done and not go too far past 10 o'clock, because I'm not doing any more after that.
But yeah. Okay. So, Boba's running PC and some ASM. No counter. Slowpoke is running just PC. And looks like the same for Jimmy. Okay. I wonder if Boba knows that you're technically supposed to short shift this car. Because he's been revving it out a bit more.
Burning more fuel. You know, getting the car lighter as much as you can on the outlap. Because short shifting it would be saving more fuel. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him short shift when he starts his first hot lap.
Where do you want to shift this car?
Around the gear, recommended gear section.
So about the same as the Corvette.
I'm definitely not the person to ask about shifting. When the thing was flashy, and you're like, okay.
Now, when you put it on automatic, it doesn't let you manually shift it as well.
You can.
No, not in automatic.
You can do it yourself. I think while in off. I'm gonna say unless they changed it.
No, there's no semi-automatic. I've had rally racing games where you could do that. That was fun, where it was basically automatic. You wanted to specifically change a gear, you could downshift, upshift, whatever you needed to do. I wish I had that on here, because there's a couple places where the automatic wants you to be in a higher gear when you need to be in a lower gear. Happens a lot. Specifically second gear. It does not like first and second gear at all when you need it.
Yeah, I will say I don't know where they get their logic for the recommended gear. It's like, clearly this is a third gear corner, but you're like, you really need to be in first gear. I was like, are you sure about that game?
I have to like blip the throttle to get it to downshift to the right gear before I exit the turn, just to get that right exit out of the turn. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of sluggish. Some cars are better than others, though.
But yeah, I always found that because I think some people focus too much on the whole shifting aspect, like in the sense if they're not paying attention to like when the light shift, it's like it throws them off. Whereas I just kind of use the audible cue from the car as to basically know when to shift. It's like Most of the time, I don't even look at the little red bar. I just like once I drive a car enough, I just know when to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am through like the first 4 gears. But then like if you're really like getting up into fifth and sixth, then I'm more mindful. Like I'm looking down at the tack and the speed, and at that point, then I'm trying to time it just right so I'm not dropping a mile an hour when I shift.
But yeah, I know some people is like they have to like actually mentally think about it, whereas there's like there's folks like you and I where it's like it just kind of like second nature after a certain point. Corridor. Looks like he's gonna try to get one in. Okay. I will say the Ford GT is very distinctive. Like if you, where it has those like kind of auxiliary lights on those on the back side, whatever part of the car you want to call that.
On which part again?
Like, you know, if you look on the outside of the car, it's like you have on both sides where it's like a color is that like a blue
to the rear?
Yeah, like whatever part of the car you want to call that.
Oh, where the lights are.
Yeah, the lights.
I think that's to do with if you actually pan the camera, I think it's just reflecting off the paint. I think the lights are clear,
Okay.
and it's just reflecting off the paint because you can see it on the red as well.
All right. So 23.2 from Boba, and 24.6 from Slowpoke. Jimmy's 26.7. Okay.
I do expect Bobajito to go a good bit lower, at least another second.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Okay. All right. Let's see. And I'm sure we've mentioned it before. Oh, he's down. Yeah, 6.5. And
a little bubble coming out of one of the previous turns.
Then Jimmy is also marginally up. So both Slowpoke and Jimmy are up a little bit, and Boba is down. Yeah, I've been occasionally looking at the like the track marshals and people walking along the track, and you see them in raincoats, which is, I think, it's still a pretty cool little nod.
Attention, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. They're on their ponchos.
Because it's not really something you really ever think about, and it's not unless you're doing something like this. You're like, oh. I was like, hey, they're actually in ponchos. I was like, that's actually pretty cool.
You're like, it's raining on me. I know I'm not real, but I don't want to get wet.
But yeah, it's like one of those things that you don't really notice until you start like just looking at replays and like, huh.
You know, I have watched so much in rain racing between my laps that I've run and then the qualifying tonight that I literally, you know that feeling when your socks get wet?
Oh, yeah.
The feeling I have just sitting here right now watching this.
Slice, no, the track is oversaturated. Let's see. Oh, he's been gaining some time.
Vegito still down a hair.
Purple or
Slowpoke up a hair.
Yeah. then Jimmy, up a 10. Okay. But yeah, Boba's like been gaining some time. He just lost a fair bit in first, sector or two. Slowpoke was purple, so.
Yeah, to answer Slice, somebody in France is going to have a very large water bill. It left it running. The bathtub got too full.
Dang. Yeah, I missed. But yeah, it's since it's at least during the day, it's warmed up for the snow to melt. That's all around. It's like roads that have been on the wet side. Imagine they'll stay that way for a little while. Yeah, yeah. I just referred to you as a Ferrari hater.
Oh, that must be Mustang Chuck. I don't know. I can't see the chat lobby, so.
Yeah, that was Paps. Saying he was glad that we enjoyed his message to Ferrari. 23 flat.
Yeah.
23.
I noticed it last minute too. That was the shame.
Then
25.9. That's
very
a good jump there. Multiple second. Excuse me 1 second, guys. I gotta let my dog inside before he freezes out there.
No problem. And Boba is up 3/10. All right. Slowpoke is also up. Just under 2. Jimmy is also up. What's up?
That's brutal.
Alright. Oh no, Boba!
Because Boba definitely had a 22 in him. Anything else?
Yeah. You have a good evening as well. And don't forget to dry up your rain boots. And then, let's see. Slowpoke is down 4. Then Jimmy is down
about the same.
Yeah, Boba, while he was gone, he ended up getting a pin. So I think he's going to continue his lap, but yeah, he's got a pin on his final lap, unfortunately. Slowpoke was down on his time, and Jimmy was up.
Shane Bobagito's up 3/10 too.
Yeah. Let's see, Jimmy is
stretch it out. Maybe that penalty will wash out.
Yeah, currently Jimmy is up a 10. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, almost a half second. But yeah.
Yep.
And then Slowpoke is don't look like Slowpoke is going to improve unless he cheats like certain individuals. And then Jimmy's up almost 3/10.
Who's the cheater now?
Sheldon's hopping in for the final one.
He probably doesn't want to go to bed having nightmares about this for tomorrow.
Yeah. slowpoke. See, going into this time
Right,
check, Jimmy is basically a half second. So he's looking good going into this final section.
Keeping my eye out here on Bobagio because he was up just about 6/10.
Yeah, when you serve half second, then you basically lose about a second. Not to mention having to get back up to power. Yeah.
Yeah, now he's down.
Yeah, I hate him. He would have a really good lap for this one. Car's super light now. I have it on light, at least. You leave it up to PD and they would have it on straight to jail every time you hit a corner wrong.
I think that's part of the reason why a lot of people like Le Mans Ultimate as much as they do in regards to the... did he cut?
Yeah, he pushed it a little too hard and picked up a half a second.
Ah, dang. But yeah,
he was about 7/10 up too.
Dang. 24.5 was final for Slowpoke. Then 23.7 was Phobos with his 10. Then obviously, yeah. But yeah, it was let's see, 23 flat from Boba. Definitely could have gotten a much better time. Probably a low 22 if he didn't get the pin, but oh well. Then 23.9 Slowpoke and Jimmy with his 25.9. But yeah, I was saying I think that's why a lot of people like Le Mans Ultimate penalty system, because it can actually like dynamically detect like, okay, you cut, but you like you weren't on the power, and it's like I think that's why a lot of people tend to like their penalty system, because I've watched enough of both that and iRacing to know, like, iRacing has a set of like, okay, if you go here, you're getting a slowdown no matter what. Whereas LMU tends to be like, okay, like you let off, so like we'll let you off. So
all right, this will be the final session of the night.
Any idea what the driver count is at? I know we haven't really had that many this evening.
Probably I don't even know. I think there's enough to fill 2 splits.
I'll look at it in just a second. We'll get this started, and then I'll give you an exact number.
What's that?
Okay.
Let's see. But yeah, it's definitely been on the lower side this evening, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. Like, means it's been a carefree night for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, we did have about a 30 to 40 minute stint talking about football, so.
It looks like 17 drivers tonight.
17. Okay, so just over.
Well, not four-door and shutovers, so which would make it 19.
19. Okay. So about almost a split in half.
You're gonna have a busy night tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's
kind of sad about it myself now, because the track's going to be like more crowded in the qualifying sessions.
Let's see.
It doesn't really bother me though, because being the host, I get the right to go out first before everybody else. Or it lets me out first.
Like, okay. What are we doing here, guys?
Yeah.
Shell said he wanted Corridor to go first, and now Corridor's slowing down to let Shell go.
I was like, okay, guys, like, make up your mind now. Like, it's the outlap, so it's like, it don't matter too much right now, but get yourselves together. Not
Now,
literally.
if you think the car is going to drive the track for you, that is not the case. This is rain racing purgatory. It's always the same thing, 24/7. The track will never change.
Oh my!
It might be saying, "Lady, yeah,
maybe
something like that." No, after you. No, I insist. No, you should go. Ladies first. No, age
before beauty.
Yeah. I don't really know who's older between them. I think Corder might be older. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's like, no. Yeah, same here. Don't really know. And looks like they're both just using TC.
Yeah, fuel burn.
Yeah, Corder is just revving it out in third gear all the way down the straight.
Mm-hmm.
Corder was just only in third gear.
Yeah.
Sal's in fourth. Oh no, that's fifth, fourth, back and forth.
I gotta forget what
engine would have blown 600 times over by now.
The good news is there is plenty of time to be able to do this for, the outlap and then do your 3 outlaps.
Yeah, because by the time it goes to final lap, it's like that back straight. So yeah, you got time.
Yeah. See, GTWS and PD actually took fuel away because people were exploiting that. I feel like if you can do it and you know how to do it and you can get really good at it, let that be an advantage of other drivers if you know what you're doing. It ruins the fun where the drivers had no way to, use a skill or, an idea to their advantage. I mean, it's a video game. Exploit it if you can. It's the same thing with... Yeah.
Go ahead. No, I was just going to say, Shaw was also adding in there a severe back and forth to the right and left motion, seeing if you can get a little bit of gas to fall out of the tank.
Start off the lap with the gas lid open, and then slosh some outside.
Slosh it out. Yep.
Throw a lighter out, and then we got a nice little ring of fire for a Corder to go through. Down.
Last I checked, I don't think race cars have a check ball, so it definitely would come back out.
Yeah. Huh.
Haven't even crossed the line yet.
Yeah, no extra long fuel line needed for these cars for this. You don't need more fuel, you need way less. I know for a second I thought every car that came through was going to do a 22 or a 23. It just seemed like we had a lot of heavy hitters right away.
I was like, oh my.
I was like, well, it's like top split, and the first 14 drivers that show up, well, there's top split.
Setting the bar, as some would say.
But then we got everybody else, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, what are we doing? And nobody else. I was worried everybody got intimidated, like everybody lower, ranks or those who just didn't like water, didn't want to show up. And the only people that wanted to show up were the ones that knew they could get a 22 or a 23. Everybody else was like, I'm not doing good enough. I'm going to stay home.
Well, I tell you, I'm still thoroughly convinced that more people were going to come, and they saw those 419s and went, you know what, I think we're going to set this one out.
Yeah, at the same time, it's probably a godsend for those who were worried about making the 56. Well, you're welcome. I mean, you can thank Slice and Wid putting those times down, and it's like, you know what? I have other things I can do this weekend. I think I'm going to go do them. I do not have the day off. I have other things to do.
I think Pip may have to wait till tomorrow. Yeah, I seen Pip had joined the lobby. I was like, you might have to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, unless we get like 2 or 3 or 4 more people that like, hey, can we go? That'd be.
No, this is the last session because it'll be 10 o'clock. We're after 10 o'clock when this is over.
I guess Pip got the message. I mean,
yeah, I did check prior to it.
I mean, I like the rain too, Slice, but it's like, God forbid, we do races that PD doesn't do in the dailies, except for like a couple times a year.
Yeah, if it has rain, it will rain in anything I put on, if it can rain there, to say. But there's a number of tracks that I have planned out for the next season that will get some rain. I might even throw in another one that didn't make the cut, but also can get rain, just because. And after doing, what was it, Dragon Trail Gardens in the rain, I was like,
Gardens, okay.
I can do that.
Yeah, because that one actually ended up being fun. You just had to be very careful.
Oh, at the end, yeah, it was a very narrow, because it didn't dry up fast at all. It was, wet for, a couple of laps before it. Then you were just running. I didn't even pit. I ran it out on the intermediates the last, few laps when it was completely dry.
Because, like, those kind of races will teach you to not overdrive. Because most people will try to overdrive, and it's like, you can't do that when it's mixed conditions like this.
Yeah, I had somebody closing in on me because I think they pit and they got slicks, but then all of a sudden I saw that time go away and I was like, oh, they died. Okay.
Oh, they died.
Pretty much, because it was like, yeah, they're gaining pretty quick, like about a second or two a lap, because I'm on the intermediates and they're on softs or mediums or whatever the tire was, and then all of a sudden they're not even in the top 3 anymore, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, I think I ended up finishing 4th in that race, and I think I pitted lap 10 for mediums, and made it work out. A lot of people were dying left, right, and center.
I only did the GT2 race for it, because I wasn't really trying to do any races at nighttime for that. I still wish we had early GT1 slots, because I got time for that. But I did that, and I won by several seconds. It wasn't really too bad.
Nice.
Got the pole by quite a bit, and just kind of stayed in front. Wasn't really that bad.
But yeah, I don't mind the time slots as much this time around. Like 7 is manageable, I would say. Probably my ideal starting time would probably maybe be like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can tolerate 7. It's a lot better than in the past. So I'm like,
Yeah, Shell's on for a 24 right now.
24.
So, yeah. He's about 4/10 up.
See, Ooh, steady on now.
Ooh. A little deep on the brakes there.
So I don't think I've ever been cussed out in Spanish, so maybe Corridor will change after this and all the rain. Would be very interesting.
3/10 up, so he's looking at a 25 flat, maybe a high 24. Maybe Pip didn't get the memo. It's back in. So you think Slice thinks Jorge can get a high 17 possibly?
I'm sure he could.
Yeah, I mean with Jorge it's like
Nothing surprises me when it comes to Barney.
Yeah, I think Slice in this particular round, and if he says Jorge can get better, then he probably means that. Though I thought Slice could have got that. It's just, you know, circumstances.
Because he had that mid. What was it?
I thought he was going to run a 418 that last lap. But
yeah, it was like good enough for pole for now, but yeah, I think everyone knew it was like, oh, he definitely had it.
I wonder if we're getting some of the other guys that were in the previous round that showed up and were, you know, very quick. I wonder how they are in the rain. If we'll have anybody that'll, you know, put times closer to Sliced and Wid, and of course whatever Jorge does. You know, just to give them more competition. That way nobody's just single-handedly running away with it. Because the race is a whole different monster. It's not just about, you know, the rain itself. You actually have to have dry pace as well. For the majority of the race, it was a good 9 to 10 laps you're on slicks.
Right.
If Sheldon can keep it up, he's looking at mid 24 currently.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say off pace. Some people are probably just excel more in the rain than others. But when it comes to the race pace and you know, the dry, they'll probably be right where they need to be. It's just, you know, it's like a trade-off.
25-3. He lost quite a bit.
He lost a lot of time in that last game.
But yeah, it's like, shoot, even a bad day for Jorge is like a god for most people.
Well, you never know. He could put down a 419 and still win the race, you know, come race day, just because of the, you know, a strategy or the way that's built. It's not, you know, what, it's like maybe 20% rain.
Yeah.
So it's a little different than qualifying. Qualifying is all rain, all the time. It will never change.
27-7
but
from the corridor.
Yeah, it's a very solid lap there, Shale.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely had a 24 in you. Like, probably about mid or something. So he's up.
You want to a car?
Yeah, that's the dodgy part about that turn. It's like you want to carry as much speed as you can, but to do that, you need to make use of that curve.
No, Shell, you can exit if you want to. Your time will still be saved.
And plus, if need be, like Shaggy could always just go into this stream and look back at it.
Oh yeah, there's a number of ways I can tell what the time was. Plus, in the lobby itself, when the final times come through, it's at the end, and then it's also in the chat. They pop up for each different lap.
Yep. I don't know what you're talking about. I could have swore he ran a 4-minute and 11-second lap.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I was say, Core, he's dodging some demons or something out there. Like,
yeah,
freaking juking him. I didn't know this was Madden.
I don't think he's running any assists. I haven't seen anything.
TC. It's
just don't
lit up.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything else lit up.
Because it's
don't.
Yeah,
Don't
it just lit up.
TC. Yeah.
So I think since it didn't go on very much, he's probably got it on TC1.
In this rain, that you could have got TC3 and had it go off.
Oh yeah. I did find a very big difference between TC1 and TC2.
Yeah.
It could not be as noticeable, but it's very large. TC1 almost feels like it's just non-existent. Like it's just like a feather on there. And in TC2, it's like you actually feel it. Helping or catching the tires.
Yeah, because it wasn't until they readjusted. I think didn't they also adjust ABS as well, or was it just only TC?
I know it's TC. I'm not sure about ABS. I think weak was changed more than default or whatever. They're always tweaking some little aspect of it.
See, watching all this right now got me going now. After the stream's over tonight, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm still going to go and run a few laps now. Just go like, you know what? I just want to that's what I can do again.
Right. Yeah, I did about an hour earlier. I'm good right now.
Yeah, like when I was in that lobby earlier with you, that was when I was like testing, like, all right, how thirsty is Ford compared to the Ferrari? I was like, he improved.
Nice.
27.2. Nice.
It's not bad coming back from basically being 4/10 down to getting it back.
27.2 from Corridor and a 25.3 from Shoto. But yeah, as you can see in the top right corner, yes, I know I says military time, but for those not in the know, that is 11:02, which is after the cutoff. So sorry, Pitt, but you're going to have to come back tomorrow evening. But yeah, I guess that's night one all done. Yeah, it was like you was talking about earlier. It's like we had some of the faster guys in here earlier, and it was like, ooh, maybe this actually will be a busy night. And I was like, okay, I guess. I was like, it's like, but yeah, I imagine more of the heavy hitters will probably be out tomorrow evening. So I'm expecting it to be pretty busy.
Yeah, I normally wouldn't mind if we're already in the lobby to do another session. I did call, that one, the last session, and I meant it though, because these things take about 20 minutes to do. Or,
yeah, because if we were to go now, it's like we're like probably not getting done till nearly 11:30. So
right, and after this, I'll still write all the times down and post them in Discord and everything, and then I got to go get cleaned up in the shower and everything, get to bed. So it's a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too much longer for it.
Because some of us aren't as young as we used to. It's like, because it's not like when some of us were young, it's like, yeah, I can literally go sleep right away. And it's like, no, it's like some nights it takes me hours to wind down. But yeah, it was fun.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to sleep right away.
But yeah, it was fun having you, Shaggy, and you as well, Jersey, and also thanks to Hovercraft for being our guest commentator for this evening. Is it Sal the one that's broadcasting tomorrow night?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So to those who are in the Discord, I'm sure the link will be posted to the Discord. You got the website as well that you can find the link. But I think we had, all things considered, a good range of qualifiers this evening. You had the fast ones, then you had the mid pack, and then
Then you had the mid pack, and then you had the C dub.
I was going to say sandbaggers, but that works too.
Nope, they're saving it for tomorrow night.
But yeah, this was fun. I'll be qualifying tomorrow night, so we'll see how that goes for me. Hopefully, not too bad. But
maybe we can do it. We'll do a dual broadcaster qualify tomorrow night, Mr. Casual. You message me when you're ready to go in, and I will try to go.
Yeah, not honestly sure when I'll go. I tend to like to go when there's not many people in the lobby, but we are rambling on, so we probably better let Shaggy be on his way so he can get his beauty sleep in.
Yeah, Shaggy, go to bed.
But yeah, as I mentioned, Sal will be the one streaming tomorrow night. You can find it in the Discord, or you can go to the website. But to those that qualify and to those that hung out in the chat, I thank you. That being said, hope you enjoyed. I certainly enjoyed myself. And I guess we'll see you tomorrow night on Sal's channel for night 2, the old slip and slide. But that being said, I thank you for your time. Hope you have a good one. And until we have your attention, this is yours truly. Ta-ta till next time.
Good night, guys.